it's good to be home. Charlotte Motor Speedway plays host as the Xfinity Series gets back in the driver's seat.
Fire in the hole.
Taking it to the next level, it's the return of the annual drivers-only broadcast.
It's almost time to go racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ready to have some fun?
The race for a playoff spot is revving up, giving us a high-octane showdown. In the epicenter of racing, speed is just the beginning. Strap on in, racing fans. It's race day, and it's drivers only.
Most Xfinity Series drivers live not that far from Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's an easy drive to the track, but getting into your race car and crossing the finish line first, well, that's another story. And that story is about to unfold on this Memorial Day weekend in the heart of NASCAR. Welcome to Race Day on Fox, everyone. Brad Keselowski, Austin Cindric here in the studio. Austin, wow, look at you. You've graduated. You know, you were the pit road guy. Look at this drivers-only broadcast.
Air conditioning.
Wow. Tomorrow, he'll be racing the Coke 600, but today, we're in the studio and part of the Fox team for year 7 of our drivers-only broadcast. And, Austin, I got to know, first-time jitters here in the studio. What makes you more nervous, driving the race car or being here in the studio?
I'm so comfortable right here. It is because you're here, Brad. I know there's a strategy behind why you picked the studio to be your spot to be. So I'm very happy to be here, very comfortable, much more comfortable than the last 2 years I've had to spend on pit road.
It's a lot cooler in here than it is at the racetrack.
They bring you food.
Oh, this
I got
is
water.
great.
I got some mints down here, some hand sanitizer.
This is great. I can't believe they let us do this.
It's awesome.
For 7 years now, we've got to do this. It's an incredible thing to be a part of. We're glad you're here and watching. This is going to be a really, really fun show. So I want to know, what are you looking forward to most here in the studio outside of the AC?
Yeah, I think just being able to see the race from maybe a different perspective. It is the only other TV job I haven't had up to this point. So, yeah, it'll be really cool. I think the race today is going to be really exciting, a lot to talk about, a lot to look forward to. So let's get this thing started.
Oh, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. And as I mentioned, 7 years of drivers only. We've made a lot of mistakes along the way. We've had a lot of fun. Here's a quick look back at some of the most fun moments, at least for you guys watching, over the last 6 years. It's the NASCAR Xfinity Series drivers only broadcast.
I've never been more nervous in my whole life. Well, welcome back. Sorry, I'm new to this. The Fox philosophy, #1, have fun.
There's either a very high bar or a very low bar for us to surpass today.
I can't believe they let us keep coming back. Well, I mean, feel free. Make yourself comfortable on the couch.
This is exciting. So where do you want to go next with this?
I don't know.
Officially graduated from the drivers only.
I'm extremely embarrassed.
Well, there are drivers with microphones everywhere you look today. In addition to us in the studio, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, and Eric Jones will be in the broadcast booth with first-timers Carson Hocevar and Josh Berry as our pit road reporters. Let's get things rolling by heading down to the pits. There's Carson and Josh. You guys look semi-confident. Let's hear what you're up to, starting with Carson.
Yeah, guys, I'm down here on pit road, really excited to see what we can have for the race. But down here on pit road, there's a lot of opportunity for mistakes. You know, there's opportunity for a green flag pit stop at stage 3, so there's a lot of opportunity to gain time on the competitors, but also make a mistake. You know, we're going to catch up with Kyle Busch and Austin Hill shortly, but Josh, I think you got something.
Yeah, man, huge field of cars here today. Cup regulars taking on the Xfinity guys. The Xfinity Series has provided some amazing racing this year. I think today's going to be more of the same. Here in a little bit, I'm going to catch up with Cole Custer, Chase Elliott. But right now, sending it back to Brad, the studio.
All right, thanks, guys. We got a little fast facts for you here. The race is going to be 200 laps. That's 300 miles. The stage lengths 45, 45, and 110 laps. And last year's race winner was Justin Allgaier. He's looking to do the same here today. So with bragging rights on the line, Austin, tell me more about what you love about racing at this fast Charlotte mile-and-a-half motor speedway.
Well, I think the drinking word for today is slick. You've heard every driver talk about it. You're going to hear everyone say it. The racetrack is going to be slick. It's going to be dicey. It's going to be hard to handle your race car, and that makes it really fun for us to watch today.
Yes.
It's maybe fun for us tomorrow, but it's a challenge. I think there's really good drivers like Chase Elliott coming from the back of the field, and a really strong lineup of Xfinity regulars.
Yeah, no doubt. Slick is the word. You're going to hear all the way through this broadcast, from the studio to the booth and on pit road, even when we talk to the drivers. And, you know, my experience with running this race is when it gets slick like that, so easy to get in trouble, so easy to tear up your car, get in a wreck, and starting up front, really important. Speaking of starting up front, let's take a look at the starting lineup. Row 1 has Ty Gibbs on the pole with Kyle Busch alongside.
Chandler Smith trying to make it 3 wins this weekend here in Charlotte, and really impressive rookie Jesse Love, row 2.
Row 3, Jeb Burton and Cole Custer. Cole Custer looking to break through into victory lane. We're going to talk about him more later.
Sheldon Creed still looking for that first win, and Austin Hill making up row 4.
Row 5, last week's race winner, Justin Allgaier. He's going to be a big factor today. And Brandon Jones looking to punch through to victory lane. Well, we're going to talk a lot about the double-duty drivers in a second. But first, we got to give the Xfinity-only drivers or regular drivers a little bit of love. And Austin, I'm curious, which Xfinity regulars do you really think stand out today, and you've got your eye on them?
Yeah, I would say Justin Allgaier. I think that's an easy pick as far as regular season drivers, just because of the kind of trajectory they've been on so far this year, but also the win there last season. I remember a really great battle with Josh Berry and Justin Allgaier a few years ago at this track, so they seem to have a package really figured out. But I would say otherwise, maybe a dark horse pick would be maybe an Anthony Alfredo or a Ryan Sieg. Those guys have been really impressive this year.
Yeah, Ryan Sieg with that super close finish at Texas and almost got back through into victory lane. And Anthony Alfredo just continues to, in my opinion, outperform his equipment. He's got himself in the playoffs right now on points, and this guy is just kind of a superstar in the making in my mind. So he's going to be one that I'm going to keep my eyes on. But also, you just can't look away from the Cup guys. I mean, look at the Cup drivers we have in this field. This is a star-studded lineup of Cup drivers running double duty today. Ty Gibbs, Kyle Busch, Noah Gragson, Chase Elliott. All of these guys are in the field. Kyle Busch has won 9 times in the Xfinity Series at Charlotte Motor Speedway alone. Is he the best driver in this bunch?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I would say he's probably the greatest of all time in the Xfinity Series, so hard to count him out. It's his first race with RCR in the Xfinity Series, believe it or not, so I think that'll be interesting to see how that goes with a third entry for them. Noah Gragson, first time back since really being kind of the man to beat, you know, back in 2021 and 2022, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets along with Rhett Jones Racing.
Yeah, no doubt. These regulars are going to have their work cut out of them to work against these regulars. And that said, let's take a look at the regulars in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So the playoff leaderboard, through 11 races, 5 drivers have won. So they're in great shape. Win a race, you're locked into the NASCAR playoffs. And one of the drivers we want to look at is a driver who hasn't won a race yet, but won last year's championship, Cole Custer. He's sitting really pretty, 177 points to the good. But then the biggest battle might be for 12th, the playoff cutoff line. Brandon Jones currently holds the final position with a group of other drivers really close behind Austin. So time for a quick break now, but coming up, Kyle Busch was last seen in a post-race fight. What's his game plan for winning today? Well, we're going to hear more about it. And we'll also hear from Cole Custer. He's had a pretty darn good season, but is today the day he finally wins a race? And next, Justin Allgaier. He won the last race at Charlotte Motor Speedway and at Darlington. We'll find out if he's ready to win back-to-back as Race Day Drivers Only continues. Welcome back to our Drivers Only broadcast. Since the start of 2017, Justin Allgaier has won 21 races in that 7-car. Most recently, the last Xfinity Series race in Darlington, where he easily handled the track, too tough to tame.
Hello from Darlington Raceway in South Carolina, one of the most iconic venues in all of racing. Final time around stage 1.
Justin Allgaier has just yarded the field today.
And obviously a fast car. This time is looking pretty good.
Get out the broom for Justin Allgaier. Sweeps the stages. His first win of 2024.
We caught up with Justin Allgaier to find out his outlook on this season, on being the defending Charlotte race winner, and so much more.
1, 2, 3, and so take me down the road that's a little bit winding, to a place they still put sugar in their iced tea. Yeah, driver, you can drive me off anywhere.
You guys ready? For 2024, it just seemed like the never-ending saga of what can go wrong and how's it going to go wrong this weekend.
There he goes.
Seventh out of gas.
Something's got a hold on me lately.
we all talk about in the sport how easy it is to lose momentum, but how hard it is to gain it. It's harder to look at the smiling faces of all these guys and gals when you come back to the shop on Monday when you don't really have a trophy or really even a finish to show for it. So when we won at Darlington in the fashion that we won in, it made all that pain go away.
Justin Allgaier wins at Darlington. 24th victory for Allgaier. He matches the boss man, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Blows my mind. I look at the guys that are, even a couple of spots behind me, and I just go, man, those are my heroes. To tie that record at a place like Darlington where the history is so important, to do it in a throwback car, to do it, on throwback weekend, it just made it all come together and make it that much more special.
The big storyline is going to be the weather. It's been raining all day long. Justin Allgaier, his first win at Charlotte.
It just felt like it was one of those wild weekends that is never going to end. But when it all said and done and you're standing there in victory lane with a trophy, I can remember not wanting to leave. My grandfather was in the Navy. He served in World War II. It put something in me that just gave me that respect and that honor of what Memorial Day weekend really is all about and what it means. And to win on that weekend, not only on that weekend, but to win on Memorial Day, I could see him smiling. It makes me kind of emotional, and that one made last year even more special, and it'll mean as much or more this year if we're able to go back and do it again.
You can just feel the emotion Justin Allgaier has right here. Austin, winning home track race, having ties to the military, Memorial Day weekend, that's a big race to win. You've raced against Justin a ton, and this team seems to start slow, then always kind of get going. We saw that at Darlington with the win. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Hard to say why that is, but it's certainly been a trend for that group for the last handful of years. But I think more than years past, Justin and his 7 team have had the race-winning speed, dominant speed in some of these races, which is probably why it's been so frustrating for them, because they've been able to run out front, really dominate. As you see, 2023, it just continues to build for this team. So I think the speed that they've shown early on is really, really promising for what they can deliver in the playoffs, because he's obviously a championship contender.
Yeah, now heartbreaker at Phoenix, where he probably should have won really early in the season. Things just didn't go his way. Another driver to watch today is Austin Hill. He finished second to Allgaier in Darlington. This season, he has 2 wins, 8 top 10s, and an 8.3 average finish. Carson Hocevar is with Austin, the driver they call Big Country. Take it away, Carson.
Yeah, Austin Hill, you've ran really good so far this year. Obviously the man on super speedways, but we're here in a mile and a half. How's your race car, and what's it going to do to get back to victory lane here today?
Yeah, our Bennett Chevrolet was just as fast as Xfinity Internet in practice. We were second overall, and then in qualifying we missed it a little bit. I got really loose down in 3 and 4, but we still got a solid top 10 starting effort. I think for us it's just try to keep track position all day. My pit crew's done a heck of a job all year long, so I think if we keep doing the things we do on pit road and get me off up front, stay up front all day, move around the racetrack as the track changes. The track's going to go from bottom all the way to the top and everything in between. So I think if we just keep up with the racetrack and all 200 laps, be there at the end, we'll have a shot at just as good as anybody else.
Yeah, now you got a teammate. RCR car is obviously really fast in qualifying. You got 3 in the top 10. How is Kyle going to help you moving forward? Are you be able to lean on him, and help elevate your program a little bit for later in the year?
Yeah, I'm excited to have Kyle in an Xfinity car for us. I think that it will elevate the Xfinity program. We've been really good all season long. We're just missing it that little bit here and there, and there's things that I can do better. So trying to lean on him a little bit, see what he does that makes his cars go fast, and anything that I can learn from him, we'll try to put forward going forward.
Yeah, you heard it, Austin Hill. Josh, you got caught up with somebody?
Yeah, I'm down here with Cole Custer, starting fastest in practice, starting 6th. Talked to JT earlier, said he feels like you got to have a good car, but I got to say, the world is dying to know, is your car as fast as Xfinity Internet?
Oh yeah, definitely as fast as Xfinity Internet, but yeah, I think we have a solid car, man. The track is out of control. I mean, yesterday for sure, without the cloud cover and everything, it was as slick as I've ever seen it, so it's going to be a tough day for sure, but I think we have a good Fantic Ford Mustang, hopefully keep it towards the front, but we're going to definitely get our money's worth today.
All right, Brad, you heard the man. He's feeling good. Cole Custer's going to be one to watch today.
Nice job, Carson. Nice job, Josh. I'm glad we have these 2 drivers, because to me, these 2 drivers are almost exact opposites of each other. You got Austin Hill. Let's talk about him for a minute. He had 4 wins last year, didn't reach the championship 4. Clearly, he knows how to win. Now he's got Kyle Busch as a teammate. Really interesting to me, Austin, to see this play out. Can he learn something today from Kyle Busch to get them in a way that they can make a serious run for the championship this year?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great opportunity for not only Austin Hill, but Jesse Love to kind of have that benchmark. As we talked about, Kyle Busch is probably the undisputed best ever in the Xfinity Series, and to have him in a car, to be able to get his feedback, to be able to set a direction this early, kind of in the middle of the regular season, is going to be really important to this program. But Austin touched on it even in his interview. I mean, that pit crew has been absolutely stellar on the 21 cars, so you can never count them out any race that they're in, really just due to that alone, let alone the speed that Austin's had.
Yeah, it just feels like Austin Hill is either winning or having something bad happen to him, and nothing in between. And the opposite of that is Cole Custer. Let's talk about Cole Custer, because this guy is super consistent. Check out these numbers. Lots of great finishes. Just one thing missing: wins. His average finish this season is 7.4. What do you think about Cole?
No, I mean, you look at that graph, and it is exactly what makes a championship caliber team, is that consistency, but you need that little jump in performance. And I think they've contended for wins. They just haven't been able to pull it off. You look at Dover and some of these other races that they've been good enough to win, they just haven't. And those things sometimes just take time. I think for him, they're on the right trajectory. They just need that little bit more to turn those into top 5s, top 3s, and wins every single week, because I think they're capable.
Yeah, last year's Xfinity Series champion, clearly capable. A lot of racing left to go. This would be a big one for him today. Coming up, we'll head back out to the track and up to the booth as we're going to hear from Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, and Eric Jones. They'll be calling the race, and Joey hasn't done play-by-play before, so this should be really interesting. Welcome back. NASCAR Xfinity Series live from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Tomorrow, the usual crew will be back here for race day, and it's a big show. We'll follow along as Kyle Larson attempts the double Indy 500 and Coke 600 in one day, and a cool feature with Ryan Blaney at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. We'll also catch up with Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. after a wild week, plus so much more. It all starts at 4:30 p.m. Eastern on FS1. Then the coverage continues on to Fox at 5:30 and on through NASCAR's marathon, the Coca-Cola 600. Spoiler alert, I think I'm going to win the race.
Yeah, good luck with that, man.
Yeah, I feel really good about it.
Okay.
All right, so today we're colleagues. Tomorrow we want to beat each other to victory lane. Let's head up to the broadcast booth and bring in the drivers calling today's race: Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, and Eric Jones. Guys, I think it is fair to say we all look a little bit different than when we were Xfinity Series rookies. So we're going to take a look at this. It's a look back. Oh.
I think it's up between you and Joey, man.
Youngest, so NASCAR superlatives. I think I have a young look, but the real question to me is Joey Logano versus Ryan Blaney. Which one looks younger? I think Blaney gets the edge.
Well, he probably still looks younger, Brad, at the moment. We're glad to be up here in the Fox booth. The good thing is I've been waiting 7 years to take over Kevin Harvick's spot. I've outlasted him. We are here. I'm doing the play-by-play today. I'm up here with two of my friends. It's going to be fun. I'm a little nervous about doing the play-by-play, if I'm being for real, but I'm excited about doing it. I got Adam Alexander up here practicing with me and getting me ready to go in and out of commercial. Are you guys ready for this?
I think so. You know, it's been a fun ride doing the drivers only, and excited to be in the booth. The pit road reporting is fun. It's a little warm on pit road, but it's nice and cushy up here. So I'm excited for the day.
Yeah, it is nice. Fox does a good job making sure we're fed. You know, I always appreciate that. We have a great meal for today. I'm really looking forward to that, as well as the race. But no, this is going to be a fun day. You know, it's going to be awesome. We always love doing this. You know, the drivers only broadcast. I know we enjoy it. I hope people watching enjoy it as well. And it's always fun to talk about, you know, these Xfinity drivers, and they always put on a good show here at Charlotte.
Yeah, I really can't believe they let us do this. And it's great job security for everyone that's on the Fox broadcast every other week to continue this amazing performance. Josh Berry, take us away.
Yep, down here with Chase Elliott. We were racing super late models Thursday. Now we're here. I don't really know what I'm doing. First time for you in an Xfinity car, starting 30th. What are your expectations for today?
Yeah, we were just talking before y'all came on. I'm glad you guys are doing this and not me. This looks very complicated. So, yeah, I'm excited about it. Obviously, I qualified last, but outside that, I thought our Hendrick Cars Camaro was actually pretty good yesterday. So just need to find a little bit of a rhythm. I made a pretty big mistake yesterday in qualifying, so I hope our car has more pace than this. We'll see here in a minute, but excited about it. A little cooler than I thought it would be today, so The track was pretty hot and slick yesterday afternoon, so I think it might be have a little more grip today and hopefully let us move around and give us some lane options.
Awesome. Back to you, Carson.
Yeah, I'm up here with Kyle Busch, up here starting second. No one more successful in these cars than you. What's it going to be when you drop the green flag? What are the keys you're looking for in your race car today?
Grip. You know, you got to have front, you got to have rear. But here at Charlotte, as the pace kind of falls off and as the tires get aged, it tends to free up. So making sure you've got that long run speed with the rear tires is going to be where it's at. So yesterday, this Rebel Bourbon BetMGM Camaro was really good with the rear grip. So I'm hoping that follows suit to today. Cloud cover a little bit is probably going to help some of that as well. So we'll see what everybody else has got in store for us.
Yeah, well, you know the journalism, you know the job. Obviously, I'm asked about last week. Where are you and Ricky, for personal and everybody else? You know, have you exchanged conversations? Where are you guys at?
I'm ready for today. Let's go.
Yeah, good luck to you.
All right, good job, Josh and Carson. We love this show. A lot of great Cup talent in the race, a lot of stuff to talk about. This was last week with Kyle, and I think he's ready to move on. What do you think?
That was a tough question. I give Carson props on that.
Yes,
I would not have asked that.
He's earning his chops.
I guess so.
Yeah. You're glad to be here.
I'm
no
glad
longer
to be here. Hey, well, I tell you what, if Kyle Busch is the best in the Xfinity Series, I would say you're the most patriotic Cup Series driver. Now you got the American flag out. It's Memorial Day weekend. You got it back out at Darlington. You got something special coming for Southern 500.
Oh yeah, Southern 500 tribute to veterans. Really pumped about it. You can find more information checktheflagfoundation.org. But we get to put names on the side of the car, people who've served, their family members. Great chance to honor them on a really great weekend for our sport. You know, I get people coming up to me all the time and with the diecast, and they say, my dad's name's on this car, my son, my mom, whoever it might be, and it's a huge honor to get to honor them. So glad to have everybody that participates in it. Super cool. Awesome. We're getting closer and closer to the start of the race. 300 miles of racing excitement and madness with the NASCAR Xfinity Series here on Fox. Welcome back to Xfinity Race Day and our drivers-only broadcast. And speaking of drivers, Austin, we're going to head down to the grid and see who we can pick off.
Yeah, we got Chandler Smith here. He's leading our playoff standings right now. Got 2 wins on the season. I think he's going to look to try and make it 3 today.
Yeah, really good. Ty Gibbs, speaking of looking really good, he's our pole sitter, making his second start of the 2024 season and looking for his second Xfinity Series win here at Charlotte.
There's Haley Deegan. She's starting 32nd day, one of a couple ladies in the field looking to tackle the high banks of Charlotte.
Yeah, she should do good today. And from New Zealand, Shane Van Gisbergen, he's 27 points below the cutoff line, looking for that win, 15th in points. Big race for him. This is going to be great. On this Memorial Day weekend, opening ceremonies take on a lot of special meanings. We're going to go to them next. You see the American flag dropping. Special weekend for Memorial Day for NASCAR and for motorsports. Guys, take it away, trackside.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as you're able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the Charlotte Fire Department Honor Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome Vietnam veteran and Richard Childress Racing Team Chaplain, Reverend Richard Payne.
Let's pray. Father God, we come to you and we thank you for this day. We honor you in all things we do, all things that we've accomplished. Lord, thank you for your son, Jesus. We're here to honor a special group today, Lord, from the early wars to the World War I, which 130,000 people lost their lives, to World War II, which 450,000 people lost their lives, to Korea, 35,000 lost their lives, to Vietnam, 58,000. Some are still dying from Agent Orange today. For the guys in Iraq, Afghanistan, Desert Storm, and all over the world that have lost their lives protecting so we can be here today and have a good time. We honor them and we thank you for them. We know they're in your loving bosom right now. Lord, we ask for a safe race, for safe fans, and a good time today as we glorify in the red, white, and blue. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. God bless America.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome youth performer from Boys and Girls Club of America, Pearl Peterson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light that so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Pre-race ceremonies are in the books. The drivers are getting set to strap in. We'll be back after the break to get you ready for 300 miles in Charlotte. Stick around. It's the Xfinity Series from Fox.
The Queen City, America's racing home, and a test for our drivers.
Bring in the drivers only who will be calling the race.
A trial of one's will.
What a save! Yes!
To outlast and outshine the competition, to persevere in the face of danger, and vanquish their foes on the path to glory. Today, the drivers trade in their helmets for headsets. It's drivers only from Charlotte.
NASCAR Xfinity Series racing from Charlotte on Fox, presented by Mahindra Roxor. We're ready to go green, guys. We got the booth. The NASCAR Drivers Only broadcast is ready to get started. Guys, are you pumped? I'm pumped.
We are pumped up. We know it's going to be a great race today. It is Charlotte, the home track for most everybody around here, but it is hot, guys. It is slick. We saw the truck race last night. These guys were all over the racetrack. What are you looking forward to seeing?
I think all of what you just said. You know, it's always fun coming to Charlotte. I think for me, here at Charlotte, the Xfinity race is one of my favorite ones of the weekend. I always look forward to watching on Saturdays and seeing what kind of show these guys are going to put on. And for me, with these cars and these guys, you know, track and conditions like today is kind of a perfect storm.
Yeah, I mean, it being hot, slick. You saw the trucks last night searching around the racetrack from the bottom, middle, all the way to the wall. And today, with the track losing grip from last night, you know, these guys are going to be right up against the fence, I feel like. So the bumps get worse every year. The track's going to be slick. So what teams and drivers can adjust to that and adjust over 200 laps, you know, for what they need at the end of this race. So I'm curious to see how dynamic the track is going to continue to move around today.
Well, absolutely. We got some hitters in the race, too. You got a lot of Cup guys that have come down to run this race. It's a fun one. I think that's why. But that experience has got to help them. Who are you guys looking out for today?
I mean, you got to look at Kyle Busch, right? You know, anytime he gets in an Xfinity car, and I think RCR's Xfinity cars seem like they're pretty strong. So he's excited, I'm sure, to get back in. And at Charlotte, one of his favorite tracks, I believe 9 Xfinity wins for Kyle at Charlotte. So I got my eye on him.
Yeah, pretty stout. You know, Ty Gibbs looks great. I feel like Cole Custer, Justin Allgaier always runs really well here. I'd be curious to see how Chase Elliott's progress is going to be through the day. Didn't have a good lap in qualifying, but I think he'll be able to work his way up. Talking about, you know, Cup guys, I think, with experience. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting race. We talked about the racetrack. We talked about the heat. We left out the bumps. The bumps here are crazy. Turns 3 and 4, I always say it looks like a cobblestone road. The car's just left to right, left to right. Your head's bouncing around. It's 300 miles. It's a long race inside the car for these drivers. They're going to be tired at the end for sure. But I know we're all looking forward to seeing it. I definitely am. So let's head down to get the command.
Here to say the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome BetMGM VIP, Cameron Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just have 4 things to say. BetMGM, God bless our troops, God bless America, and drivers, start your engine!
There's the command for the Xfinity cars to fire up. A great command. We will be back right after this short break.
Showing up to Charlotte, it's a 10-minute drive from my house, so it's nice and easy. You get to sleep in your own bed the night before.
Just having your family there, the atmosphere that it brings, the pressure that it brings, it's just, there's a lot of feelings that are involved into a race weekend like Charlotte.
Well, it is a beautiful day in Charlotte. You heard it from the drivers. It's in their backyard. They drove over here this morning, and it's a beautiful day, 82 degrees. Low wind, a little bit of cloud, but that track temp, 112 degrees out there. This track is a very heat-sensitive racetrack, maybe the most heat-sensitive one. Let's check out our front row.
That's our starting grid, sponsored by Mahindra Roxor, the beautiful Toyota GR Super leading the field. And I think we're going to go ahead and dial up Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs, Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano in the Fox booth. You got us?
Hey, guys.
Hey, man, we're up here watching, excited about today, looking forward to watching you guys out there. What do you think is going to be your biggest challenge out there, and who do you think is going to be your biggest competition?
To be honest with you, I think the biggest competition is Kyle or myself, and, you know, being disciplined, not making any mistakes, and keep this 20 car out front.
Well, I agree, man. We're looking forward to watching you guys slip and slide, trying to have a good, fun day, and putting on a show for us. Have fun. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck to you guys up there.
And now we check out row 2. Jesse Love, an impressive rookie so far. Chandler Smith in another Gibbs car has been very strong this year. Look for him to be up front throughout the day. Over to row 3, Jeff Burton, great qualifying effort. Cole Custer looked really good in practice. Let's look a little bit about how Cole Custer's been doing this year. You see right here, 2023 versus 2024, no wins, but he's got that top 5s, the top 10s, and what I look at is those laps led, 222. It's a beautiful number if you ask me. Looking for his first win. Ryan, you want to dial him up, see if he can get that first win today?
Well, let's tee up Cole Custer, yeah. Hey, Cole. Ryan Blaney, Eric Jones, Joey Logano up in the booth. You got me?
I got you guys.
Well, Charlotte, it's one of our favorite racetracks, I feel like, especially watching Xfinity cars. Track's rough, hot and slick today. What did you learn from your car in practice yesterday that you can apply for today?
Man, I think you learned yesterday where to not run. I mean, there were sometimes the bumps felt like they were twice as big as what they've been before, and man, it's just so hot and slick. Just trying to find a way to navigate around them has been tough. But I feel like JT and our guys did a great job to get the car better, and should have a shot with this thing and this Fantic Mustang, so hopefully get to the front.
Well, best of luck to you. Good luck getting that Mustang to the front.
Thank you, guys.
Well, we hear Cole Custer talk about how it's hot and slick out there. It's not up here in the booth, but for our pit reporters, sorry for you guys. You're out there in the heat. Carson, you staying hydrated? You got 600 miles.
Yeah, I'm trying my best down here, but guys, I'm down here in Sam Mayer's pit. He already has a win this year, but he doesn't have his crew chief that he got that win with. Andrew Overstreet has been a hot commodity on the JRM pit box today. 88 cars had a lot of strong runs, and Andrew was the head of that. They actually have a relationship, him and Sam. He subbed for him at this racetrack in Charlotte in 2022. I talked to Andrew, and he's just said he's going to try to keep his driver calm. They're going to a little free in practice, and they're going to try and keep him on the right side of the crispy edge all day long. Josh, I think you caught up with somebody.
Yeah, the 7 to Justin Allgaier, defending winner of this race at Charlotte and the most recent winner at Darlington. I talked to his crew chief, Jim Pullman. He said the car feels okay. He's looking for the group to move around and widen up throughout the race, but the big thing is his car feels really similar to what he had here last year, so that's a good sign.
You see Justin Allgaier here. What a heck of a run he's had this year. He's been looking for that first win. Finally got it in Darlington a couple weeks ago, clicking off that first win. The guy's led a lot of laps. He's just figured out every way to lose them up until Darlington. Good to see that. Obviously a beautiful race car honoring our military this weekend, a Memorial Day weekend. What a special job everybody does here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's talk about the race a little bit today. We got 200 laps, 300 miles. Your stage lengths, 45 laps for the first 2 stages. That final stage, 110 laps, going to have to pit in there. Pit road speed, obviously 45 miles an hour, and your pit window is 55 to 60 laps. So you're definitely have to pit in that 3rd stage. The way I look at it, you got 2 extra sets to play with after you pit at the end of each stage. Tires are going to be a premium, though. We seen that last night. There was some interesting tire strategy with the trucks. I expect these Xfinity cars to be moving around all over the place, looking for tires, looking for grip.
Yeah, and we got the Toyota GR Supra pace car leading the field around today out there, loud and proud and looking right. So,
yeah, Joey, you talk about, tires are really important here. Where it gets tricky is if you get the stages are 45 laps apiece, the first 2. If you get a caution at lap 25, lap 30, what do? There's going to be split decisions on who comes and gets tires, but some people will save a set, so that's always interesting in these Xfinity races with not a ton of sets of tires. If you kind of get that odd caution in one of the first 2 stages, as I noticed Ty Gibbs took the top of the racetrack here as the leader to start. So we noticed last year in this race the middle was kind of dominant. I felt like the bottom was a little slick, so be curious to see how Kyle Busch handles that bottom lane here getting going.
Yeah, not only does the top have an advantage because of the aerodynamics of the race cars, but also they sprayed a little bit of resin down on the racetrack, which gives that top lane just a little bit more grip. And on a hot, slick day like this, I think they could be all the way up next to the wall fairly quickly, for sure.
Charlotte in the day, it seems like always trends towards the wall. And it's been interesting to me in the trucks and even today to see how that resin's going to work compared to what we've had with the PJ1 in the past.
Absolutely. Well, they had some practice to work on them a little bit. They are home. There's nothing like winning at the home racetrack. You got a lot of your team here, a lot of your family here. You got 2 of the greats on the front row, 2 fast race cars. We're ready to go. They're lined up to come to take the green. And there they go, green flag.
A pretty good jump by Ty Gibbs there, getting going. He's going to clear the 33. Now, what lane does he pick? Oh, he's going to go to the bottom. So maybe he thought he could launch better on the top. I feel like the bottom usually actually launches better here. But Ty got a great start, and then he just kind of went where the 33 was as Jesse Love makes a move to the bottom.
And if the bottom's going to work, guys, I think it's going to happen in the first few laps. You got to get down there and be aggressive the first few, and then I think eventually it'll move up in maybe the first 10.
I think this is always an important part of the run, especially with these guys in the Xfinity series. These first few laps on this set of tires with the air pressure being low, feel like you can really abuse your car, really overuse your tire, and you're going to pay for that on the backside of this run.
And this place reminds me a lot of like the old Atlanta when we talk about paint. There's really big blue and white painted lines there on the bottom of the racetrack, as you can see, and it's really important to hook your left sides on it. I feel like there's a lot of grip, and especially as the run goes longer and longer, if you're going to make a pass down there, it's really important to try to aim for that paint, just because it is it's really important to be able to grip up your left sides a little bit.
Yeah, that paint has more grip just because it's more of a solid surface, right? It doesn't have all the aggregate there, and it's just more contact patch for the tire to grip to. As you see, almost contact down the back straightaway. Austin Hill 3 wide for a minute, taking advantage of that opportunity of that slow in momentum.
And you see right there, Austin Hill, right down, left side's on the paint, wrapping the line, long way around the corner.
And this is where Justin Allgaier's got to make a decision. Who do I want to push? Which lane do I think is going to be able to be better? Which car is faster? He doesn't know. It's early in the race. It's 4 laps in. He don't know who's faster. Here's a replay of a bump off of the corner in turn 2. Little contact with Cole Custer. Austin Hill seeing that, taking advantage.
In a tough spot for the 21 right there, right? The 18 on the outside. He's not wanting to give up that spot. He's going to hold it down, not too tight, enough to kind of slow the 21 up and get back in front of him.
Yeah, Austin Hill's in a tough spot. He's got the 18 tight on his door. The 7's really close to his left rear quarter panel. That's like the worst aero position that you can be in. He did a good job of being patient there and not slipping up too much as Jeb Burton fends off a charge from Cole Custer. Great qualifying effort by Jeb Burton. Still running P5. That team does a great job Jeb's a really good racer. I'll be excited to see what they can do today.
And that's the difference right there of him hitting the paint or not. You saw Cole Custer in the yellow car to 00 was able to close up some of that gap. Jeb Burton missed the bottom just a little bit. That's worth a car length, maybe 2, and able to close up on him. That's why it's just, you almost got to be a surgeon out there. You got to be just so precise to hit your marks. Back here you see Parker Retzlaff racing back here, trying to make their track position up like we said early in the race. They are 2 and 3 wide. They are all over the place.
Some strong cars back here. You got Noah Gragson coming in the picture. He started a little bit deep in the field. Chase Elliott trying to work his way up through the field. And these guys want to get up in this first stage, get their track position so they have that advantage for the rest of the race.
Well, we saw Chase Elliott right there. We know he's going to be fast. He's a fantastic race car driver. He's a NASCAR champion. He's up 10 spots already. Had a poor qualifying effort because he got free. Lost a lot of momentum. So he's going to be looking to make up those spots quick.
And these guys still going at it.
Justin Allgaier got him a little 2 for 1. He went in behind the 21 and the 18 and had an amazing corner and was able to clear both. Allgaier is somebody I'm looking for today. That was pretty tight off of turn 4. These guys can't get away from each other.
Yeah, and eventually one of these guys is going to get fed up, right? The 18 and the 21 kind of slicing back and forth here. One of them is going to get over it and make an aggressive move. I think the next thing we kind of see.
Go ahead,
Sorry, Joey. I think the next thing we're kind of looking for is how this track's going to widen out, right? Everybody's still kind of been on the bottom 8 laps in, but you're getting right to that point. I think you're going to start to see guys searching around and finding grip.
There's a battle for 5th place here. Cole Custer, Sheldon Creed in the number 2. You know, Cole Custer yesterday in practice looked like he had a really solid car. And you know, you listen to a lot of these drivers talk and you say, you know, it looks like you had a solid car, and they all say, no, it was horrible. You're sliding around, and it doesn't feel good. It's just being less bad than everybody else. And right now, the 7 of Justin Allgaier looks like he is the least bad, for sure. That thing is glued to the bottom really well, making an easy pass on Cole Custer right there. That thing is on rails.
You know, I think Justin excels at these tracks. We saw him win at Darlington a couple of weeks ago. Moving through the field, another hot and slick race here in Charlotte today. He always seems to run well on these days.
Well, Ty Gibbs is on the way out in front, 10 laps in.
It's always down to the wire every single race. We're fighting for tenths of a second. Sometimes it's milliseconds that will get you either pole position or you'll be, 5th on the grid. 5-hour energy on race day fixes tires fast, and I know fast.
The BetMGM 300 on Fox is presented by 5-Hour Energy Shots. 5-Hour Energy fixes tired fast. And by Credit One Bank.
Well, welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway. It is the drivers only broadcast where we see Ty Gibbs and Kyle Busch. Look at the gap they put on everybody. They're 5 seconds ahead. Those two are pretty equally matched, but the other part of the field is pretty far back. The one I do think has a chance to go up there and race with them today is that number 7 of Justin Allgaier. You see him just making the pass on Chandler Smith. That car has been really fast. I look forward to seeing his lap times now that he's gotten up to 3rd.
Yeah, and he's been doing a great job of just planting it on the bottom, and being patient with everything as Riley Herbst goes by Taylor Gray. A little bit of a slider there.
I like that.
He's going to turn down under him. 19 might actually... Okay, 98's kind of got where we want him. I feel like the middle in 1 and 2 has kind of been the preferred lane. We've seen a couple guys start running the wall. Cole Custer, Brandon Jones, they've kind of been moving that lane up a lot, and it seems to be working. Cole was kind of going backwards, now he's going forward. Hey, Josh, what do you got update on that 00?
Yeah, the 00, Cole Custer started out extremely tight in 3 and 4, but right now he dropped a couple spots. Now he's moving back forward. It looks like he's moved up the racetrack and is making a lot of lap time.
Yeah, it's definitely something we've seen over the commercial break is Cole Custer moving up to the wall. He was headed backwards, and you know what? He found something that made him work for him. That's one of the cool things about Charlotte Motor Speedway, especially of recent. Look at him, all the way up next to the wall. I call it getting that air cushion up there. It makes more downforce up there. Look at the momentum he's able to carry down the back straightaway. The 9 of Brandon Jones doing the same thing, carrying that momentum. The thing is, it's fast up there. It's a little sketchy up there, but as soon as somebody else is running that line, you're stuck. And I think that's what we see going on right now with the number 9 car.
Yeah, the 00 actually went up and passed the 9. And then the 9 started on the top, and now it looks like the 9's faster than the 00. So Brandon Jones is wishing like, man, I wish I would have ran the wall a lap before, you know, and I'd be able to have pulled away from the 00. But I think it's going to continue to move up. Everyone's creeping up there. There's not as many people running the fence in 3 and 4. More guys have kind of been running down there. Kyle Busch actually just moved to the wall in 3 and 4, which is good. As we see the 17 of Chase Elliott working his way up through the field. Didn't start good, but he's been picking his way through. Carson.
Yeah, Chase Elliott said he's just trying to figure the car out. It's crazy that a Cup champion, right, so different than the Cup car, just trying to feel his race car out. Currently 12 spots up, went further than that, was starting to lose a little bit here, fell back currently into the 18th spot.
Yeah, Chase hasn't been in an Xfinity car in quite some time, so it takes a little bit. The Cup car has never been more different than the Xfinity car than it is now. Ever since we switched to that next-gen car in the NASCAR Cup Series, it has really made it quite a bit different here. But the battle for the lead, it's heating up, guys. Only 0.4 of a second. You brought it up. Kyle Busch has moved up the racetrack. Ty Gibbs has answered by moving up as well. They're starting to see the speed. That's coming from the spotters, guys. The spotters are saying there's speed up by the wall. A lot of guys in the field have figured out how to make speed and actually catch them a little bit. You got to move up. You got to get there before somebody else does, before you get past. And that's what we see these two leaders doing now.
Yeah, look at the momentum Kyle Busch is able to carry from the center to the exit of the corner. It's, you know, it's a matter of time before Ty's going to have to move up there. You know, I feel like he would have probably done it that lap, but I think he's being a little bit patient here. But Kyle definitely has that thing working. Found speed, moved around. This is what this track is all about, right? You have to move around the racetrack to find speed in your car.
It can be challenging as the leader, right? You're up there leading laps, and then all of a sudden you see a guy behind you move around, and it takes a second to get that top going. It's hard to hop right in that top lane and start making time, as you see Kyle taking a look to the inside here. And Ty, it takes a second to get wound up.
Well, Kyle doing a good job. We talked about just being able to hunt the bottom, getting to that paint. Kyle did a good job getting to that paint. He's going to want to get up in front of him here, and he didn't quite get there. I think you'll clear him off of turn 2. Maybe. There we go.
Right at that point in the run where your car's going to have any flaws is right now when you're going to really start to feel them and start complaining and start telling your crew chief what you think you're going to need for that next run.
What I see these guys doing a good job, though. They're finding the extremes, right? The speed is either right up by the wall or the very, very bottom. The middle doesn't seem to be where the money is right now. As we ride around with our Rebel Bourbon on board with Kyle Busch. This is his racetrack, guys. He's got 9 wins here in the Xfinity Series. You see it there, 1 Cup, also 8 in the Truck Series. It's most of all time in the Xfinity Series. I'm not surprised by that. This is his 3rd best racetrack. The only 2 he's got more at is Texas, I believe, and I believe there's 1 more. I was trying to do my homework before I got here. We go through my notes here. Phoenix, he's got 11. There it is. Phoenix. I did some homework.
Look at this just mess of cars right here from, you know, Jeb Burton running 9. Oh, a little contact. I mean, there's 8 cars lined up here from 9th to 17th, right? Just trying to fight for track position, trying to figure out where you're running, where can they get some clean air to kind of move forward. And this is so tough as a driver. You're slipping and sliding, and you're just searching for any type of lane and clean air that can work for you.
There's no grip in that scenario. It's the dirtiest area you can possibly have, and there's that many cars in front of you. See AJ Allmendinger taking his run down to the bottom, putting his left sides on the paint. He's going to try to get 2 off of turn 4. He looks like he's going to get up. Oh, not in time.
You know, we talk about bumps around the racetrack, and the places that stands out to me is in the top lane into 1, kind of getting down to the center of 3 and 4, and honestly, off of turn 4 on the bottom, you'll see those bumps, kind of the washboards again, and you saw it with AJ the last lap. Came off there, thought he was good, had the power down, and boom, he hits those bumps, and now he's out of shape. So you never know where they're going to quite jump up and get you, and that's just the challenge of this place, but it makes it such a good racetrack because you have to figure it out.
And this is some of the best racing we've seen all year long. Look at these guys all back here. They go in the corner, they try to figure out how they can get air. They get on the straightaway, and they all get single file and try to draft each other. Pretty fun to watch.
2 there, Jesse Love making a pass for 7th. You know, Jesse's done a good job. A lot of these places he's some going to the first time for, but has some experience here, I believe, in the ARCA series, but done a solid job really at every race this season.
See Jesse figuring out that top lane. It's something that Jesse's done a good job at this year, just getting better throughout the race. You know, figuring out how to make my car faster, tuning on it. In the second half of the race is really where you see Jesse getting stronger. Well, it's been a great start so far. Kyle Busch is taking the lead and driving away on that high side. Guys, we got some takers.
That's that split stage you guys were talking about, how we got to make a decision. Carson?
Yeah, guys, the 9 of Brandon Jones said they're a little free right now, really on edge, so they're going to work on it a little bit here, and they're going to put 4 tires here as they struggle. But the 8 of Sammy Smith said they're just a little free right now. Same sort of deal as the JRM cars seem to be a little free. Now to Josh.
Yeah, the 20 of Ty Gibbs feels like he just needs a little rear stability, but feels okay. Kyle Busch, very specific feedback. Starts a little bit free, builds tight, air pressure adjustment on the 33.
Cole Custer with a great stop as well. Both of them up spots. Cole Custer up 3. Actually, that's going to help his run there. Well, we got some good racing here in Charlotte so far. We also got a split strategy. Some cars stayed out.
So I dumped this water bottle down me to try to cool off, and why you don't do that is that water will boil underneath your butt, and you look like you have fried eggs on both cheeks of your butt. Do not dump the water on yourself.
Well, guys, you found the food.
Yeah.
Blaney said they feed us well up here in the Fox booth.
Tacos for life.
No fried eggs on those tacos.
That's a pretty good move for sure. We've had a good time up here. We hope everyone is enjoying the race so far. You know, we've had some split strategy right there, guys. Yep. When you think about Jesse Love, Chase Elliott, Anthony Alfredo, Kyle Sieg, all stayed out, coming here with just a few laps to go in the stage, only 11 to go in the stage. So pretty crazy stuff that's going to be happening here on this restart for sure. But good thing we're getting some great coverage by our friends at Goodyear, powering the race from the green flag to the checkered flag and every mile in between. Goodyear, more driven. Josh, what do you got down there for some info?
Yeah, I talked to the crew chief on the 33, Keith Rodden. They were worried about their pit stall. As you can see, they're going to have to come around Ty Gibbs unless they get back in front of him, and they've been getting blocked in by the 97. So it's going to be important for Kyle to hopefully get back in front of the 20 to help at least get in the pit stall a little easier.
This is definitely one of the tightest pit roads, guys. This is really tricky. You see right there, 2 things to point out. One, how small the stalls are and how tight it's going to be on the exit. But also, look at that yellow car to 00. He's only got to go 16 feet to the camera line. Yeah. So he doesn't have to get up to speed. The advantage of the first pit stall is huge here. Carson, what do you got?
Yeah, guys, something similar back here with the 1 and the 30. Same similar situation. This 1 of Sam Mayer, they wanted him to stop short because they knew Noah Gragson was going to come in. But he went a little long, got stuck behind Noah Gragson. But to make matters worse, Noah got blocked in because the 11 had to come back around him. So it actually cost both of them. They both had to back up. And when Sam was trying to back up, Noah was trying to back up. They both now are 23rd and 25th when they were originally, you know, up into the top 15.
Unique situation in Xfinity, right? They pick off the weeks before. So these guys coming in part-time, the 30, the 33, the 17. Some of these guys that are probably going to be running up front aren't going to have the pit stall that they really should have.
They pick last, right? So, and I'll tell you, that was best case scenario for Kyle Busch because he was in front of the 20 before that pit stop. If Ty Gibbs gets in front of him and Kyle Busch has to come around the 20 and the 97 still in the lead lap to come around Kyle, the 33 is going to be in a world of hurt. So if I'm Kyle, there's like big desperation before coming to a pit stop to get in front of the 20.
Absolutely, and this is definitely going to be pretty interesting on this restart because we got some guys with some old tires. Let's see what Brandon Jones is thinking.
I think we've got something going on with our brake pedal right here. Push the brake and it's losing its pressure. Thought it felt a little bit soft at speed. I thought at one time I had a little bit of smoke cross my eyes from the right side.
You know, when we were showing a rear view camera of Cole Custer and the 9 was behind him, I thought I was going crazy, but there was smoke coming out of the right front of that car.
And he may be using the brakes a lot. You may think the 1.5 miles, but it's pretty slick today. He's running that high side. He may be covering that brake just a little bit too much. that may be some of the situation. We got a penalty at 38. Matt DiBenedetto had a safety violation. He has to restart in the rear. 10 to go in the stage. Mixed strategies. It's about to get crazy. Green flag's back out.
Jesse Love, your leader there, takes the top again. 17 Chase Elliott holding strong.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, guys.
The Hornets nest. You see Ty Gibbs just shoved the 17 into the corner. New tires versus old tires. Those guys on old tires are going to be hanging on. You know, I mean, there was only a handful of them that stayed out trying to play this strategy game to keep a set. They're going to be really struggling to keep pace with everybody.
Not a lot of time to cool the tires down. We got 3, 4, 5 wide everywhere.
I mean, this is just showing you what tires are actually worth. And they're doing this to have more tires late in the race to where they hope they can be those cars driving back through the field. The problem is there's only 5 of them, so they'd have to pass the whole field if they get off strategy. You got to go with the majority, I think, on this, but we'll see how the race plays out for him. So we got to watch the whole thing. Anthony Alfredo slow up by the wall, though. It looks like he has an issue.
Got a flat.
That was his radio right there. He's got a flat tire. He's going to try to make it to pit road.
And the 17 just hanging on here. Not a fun situation to be in when you got to hang on like this.
Yeah, it's the longest 7 laps of his life right here. It's just somehow get a caution come out if you're Chase Elliott.
Yeah, in that situation, you just got to remind yourself, it's for the greater good later in the race. I really hope this works out for me. As we talked about Justin Allgaier's speed earlier in the day, he's really starting to show it here, putting a little bit of pressure on Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, and this was all about who got through the field the quickest on that restart. Who got through all the old tires, got in the right lanes, kept the momentum. You know, Ty Gibbs did a good job, obviously, at that. Justin Allgaier, you see the top 10 cars are all guys with tires now. We have Cole Custer here on the Ford onboard. He's got the tires. He's moving around all over the racetrack trying to figure out some lanes. He's going to get a run off the top. He's going to push Jeb Burton down the backstretch. Got pinned in. He wanted to go to the bottom there. Option got closed up by Austin Hill on the bottom.
I think he thought about the middle for a split second.
He's going to do it this time.
There he goes. Yeah, got the middle done there. Jeb Burton struggling a little bit here. We saw him fire off really fast, faded at the end of that first run, but
go get tight. Oh.
You know, it is so tight through the quad oval here, 3 wide. But we got to battle for the lead.
Justin Allgaier, we talked about how strong his car is. We just talked about it. Able to get underneath him. 5 to go in the stage. Justin Allgaier races for points. He wants this playoff point, winning this stage for sure. And I don't think Ty's going to make it easy for him. I don't think anyone's ever passed Ty in an easy way before.
I think he's going to want to win the stage. I think, you know, we're all competitive, right? And Ty wants to be out front, coming back, get restart, lane choice on this thing. He doesn't want to give that up to Justin here.
It's definitely his control of the race. And we don't know their strategy. They may stay out, possibly, at the end of the stage. I don't know exactly what everybody's thinking.
There he goes. Justin set it down in there. He didn't care about the paint that time. He just wanted to slide up in front of the 20. Had good forward momentum. Was able to clamp his left rear off of 2. Really get him in a good spot into 3 and made a pass for the lead.
Yeah, and Kyle Busch was right there. Here's a replay of how the 7 did this. Packs air.
Oh, yeah.
Gets him loose. See ya.
Textbook right there. Man, that must be nice to do.
That's the old Xfinity car right there. That's some fun stuff to be able to pack the air, free somebody up. A nice way to pass cars for sure.
And this big moment for Ty Gibbs, right? He's going to see a guy get out front now. First time he's kind of lost the lead other than Kyle, but he's really got to continue to work on his car here. Obviously, he hasn't made the right adjustments that he needs to continue to lead this race.
This is where the racing's been, guys, the whole time. Back here at about 10th to 15th place. It's been a while from the moment we said go. They're all over the racetrack trying to find that speed. They're just trying to get clean air, I think, more than anything. How they can get out of that hornet's nest. Kyle Busch fast again, back up by the wall. One of the earlier cars to get up there. We talked about it maybe taking 7 to 15 laps, kind of depending on the car. Obviously, Kyle Busch has gotten up there quick. He's going to try to make a run as we're on the final lap of the stage. He's going to try to get in front of Ty Gibbs for the next restart. That's a row, right? If you're able to get in front of him and they stay out, you're going to get to be on the front row.
Yeah, and you see the urgency of Ty Gibbs, right? Moved right up in front of the 33 to make sure he's going to try to stay in front. I'll be curious to see what he does down here in 3 and 4 if he runs the wall. Nope, no, he picked right. And Kyle Busch guessed wrong. I think Kyle thought the 20 was going to run the fence, and he picked right. But yeah, a lot of speed up to 7, a lot of speed from the 33. The 20 need to work on their stuff a little bit.
Well, 7th stage win for Justin Allgaier. That is the most of all drivers this season. Drove through the field. That car looks fast. We know he's going to be up there again. Maybe some more pit stops coming up here. It's a split strategy all the way through the field. We're looking forward to seeing some more great racing here in Charlotte. Well, tonight it's baseball night in America on Fox. It's the Dodgers against the Reds, or it's one of baseball's best rivalries as the Cubs take on the Cardinals. It all begins at 7 Eastern on Fox. Check for the game in your area. Well, guys, we're one stage down. We're surviving up here in the booth. The racing has been absolutely incredible. The strategy is getting interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what they are going to do when the pits open. We got some guys up on the wall.
The speed of that taco eating rivals Justin Allgaier today.
It is.
These guys been eating. They just been wanting me to do all the work.
Yeah.
There's a few takers back here in the pack.
You know, obviously you're going to have those guys who stayed out. You know, the Chase Elliott's, you know, a handful of them. But we'll see how they can work their way back through the field. Hey, Carson, what do you got?
Yeah, Chase Elliott, you know, obviously stayed out that last run, wasn't able to make an adjustment, so they're going to make their first adjustment, put 4 tires on for the first time today. Said he was lacking on exit, so they're going to go around up on the track bar to help him out, and hopefully these new tires he could be able to go forward. Josh, who you got?
Yeah, the 18 is Sheldon Creed, says he's really loose. Unfortunately, they're burning a second set of tires. He's also complaining about the brakes. And the 2 of Jesse Love stayed out there, 2 loose, down on the track bar, round in the left rear, hoping that these tires can pay off and he can get some of that track position back.
So here's what these guys are doing. Some are burning, you know, we talked about they have 2 extra sets of tires if you get through the race with what you need. Some of them are burning it up now. Some of them, the ones that stayed out at the end of the first stage, are using that to get on the same strategy as the majority of the field. So they're hoping for a long run where they're going to have 10 or so laps, newer tires, to be able to go up through the field on a long haul. We'll have to see how the race plays out. But I tell you who's got it going on right now is a 7 of Justin Allgaier, and I think we should dial him up, see how he's doing. Justin Allgaier, Joey Logano up here in the Fox booth. You got us?
Yeah, Joey, go ahead, buddy.
Well, you're looking good out there. You're painting the line really nice on that very bottom. The car looks good. I love the military scheme you have on it, honoring Memorial Day weekend. It looks like a rocket ship again. Looks like you're picking up from Darlington. How you feel?
Oh, man, feel pretty good. You know, obviously this Memorial Day weekend. Be able to take the racetrack down to those that have fallen, that have served our country and lost their lives. And this paint scheme is really awesome with Round Country Parachute Team and helmets, everybody at Unilever. We got a bunch of the RCPT people here, and they're getting ready to leave to go to Normandy right after to do a jump there. Man, it doesn't get any cooler than that. So to have a race car that's as good as it is, obviously as fast as it's been the internet here, we'll keep painting the line and hopefully have ourselves something at the end. But you guys know as well as I do, when you have a racetrack like this, it's so hot, so slick, and you're just trying to manage the day, keep up with the adjustments all day. So Jim Holm is doing a great job down there, and we'll keep digging and hopefully have something to show for it at the end of the race.
All right, man. Well, it's looking good up there. You got some stiff competition, though. You got 2 other cars that look really, really strong. Have some fun out there, man. We'll see you soon.
Sounds good, buddy. Thank you, guys.
Well, Justin Allgaier is making some history. He's won 7 of the last 10 stages this year. We'll see if he's going to bring her home the rest of the way.
Well, well, what do we have here? A come down or a comeback? Surprise, surprise, or seen it coming? A trophy hunter or a party crasher? What if it was all that and a whole lot more?
Welcome back. Stage 1 of the Drivers Only broadcast here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's the NASCAR Xfinity Series on Fox, presented by Mahindra Roxor. Justin Allgaier dominated with that late pass on Ty Gibbs, looking pretty good. Austin Citric, Stage 2 about to get started. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's been interesting to see Kyle Busch come on so strong there at the end of that stage, really drive away from Ty Gibbs, and then obviously Justin with that restart had some adjustments on their cars. So I think this heat cycle on these tires would be really interesting to see how these cars perform. You know, Xfinity cars get to do a lot of that with the heat cycles, and that really changes how your car drives.
Yeah, and a couple guys coming in to pit right there at the end. Chase Elliott, one of them, he's going to be looking to drive back up to the front. Joey, take it away.
Well, thanks, guys. So we're getting ready to start the second stage. Something that's interesting here, Justin Allgaier is taking the inside for the first time today as the leader. We saw that happen in the truck race last night, guys. The leader was taking the bottom a lot. But today, the Xfinity cars have been, majority of times, have been taking the outside. So a little bit different restart here. Kyle Busch following the leader on that inside lane as well. So they must feel pretty confident about that bottom, and you know, Kyle kind of going with the leader, getting a good push here, I think is what he's going for. There you see the stage 1 points. The guys that do get points are the ones that aren't typically in the Xfinity Series running for points. Stage 2 on the way.
A pretty good launch by Justin. You even saw him spinning tires and still got a good launch. I feel like the bottom always just kind of launches better on old tires. So smart move by Justin. He knew what he was doing, and we'll see what he can do now that Kyle Busch is going to be breathing down his neck.
Yeah, Kyle Busch, another great restart with him. That's the bottom row. The bottom 2 cars were able to cycle right out ahead and try to control the race. Whoa! Oh, he's really going to get into the wall. Ty Gibbs into the fence, really loose into turn 3. Going to lose multiple positions off of turn 4.
This is a huge moment for Ty. I think he's pretty lucky to get out of that with the damage he has. Looked like maybe getting over those bumps that you talked about earlier, Joey, kind of upset that car.
Yeah, it took a huge set. You know, early in the run, your pressures are low. It might be bouncing a little bit harder. This is after the big moment he got loose and he was chasing it up the racetrack, but not huge contact there. We also had another car in the wall. The 16 of A.J. Allmendinger getting loose. Ooh, that's a hard contact. That's a bigger hit. And you see that damage there on the right front fender, the splitter, all the way down the right side of that car. I guarantee it's not better. Hopefully it didn't bend anything mechanical with the suspension and the steering system.
Ty Gibbs got it wound back up.
Oh,
big shot.
Fired up. That was a hell of a push. We're going to be 4 wide into 3. Okay. They figured that one out pretty quick. They went 4 wide for long. Somebody had to smarten up on that one.
And this is the area, you see Chase Elliott, Jeff Burton, Parker Retzlaff. These guys came in and got tires. So they have about 9 laps or so fresher tires than the guys that they're racing and trying to get back to the field. So they're hoping it just goes green to the end. You know, hey, I want to use these fresher tires to my advantage. Hopefully we can continue to march through this field just to try to gain our track position that we lost beforehand.
Yeah, Sheldon Creed, he's the first car with the newer tires. He's up to 12th right now, moving his way through the field. He's going to try to get the most while he can while they're the closest, but I think as this race runs long, you'll see those tires be worth a little bit more. Right there you see on the scoring pylon how many laps since their last pit stop there. Those ones with 8 laps on them, they're going to slowly migrate to the front of this pack. I don't know if they get all the way to the lead, but I do like the strategy of doing something different here, and they're going to try to make something happen to the end of the stage.
You know, all these guys that are on this strategy, I think they're going to come out with a net gain. You know, nobody that really made that move or made that call was up in contention at the point that they did it. And you just hear Cole really pedaling the car, and Todd, and slick as it is today and in traffic like that, you're going to hear a ton of that modulation from these guys.
Yeah, we really thought we'd see more out of Cole today after his speed he had in practice. He looks pretty good. Started towards the front, was moving decently, and now he's kind of just getting swallowed up by the field a little bit and in that dirty air, and it's not looking good at the moment.
Yeah, sometimes you fall back a little bit more and you're already struggling with your car. It's just kind of a compound of issues, and you can tell he's really having a tough time here as he's given up a lot of spots at this point.
Well, he fell back enough, and then he fell back into the cars that pitted, and those ones will really go by him. So he's going to be on defense at the end of the run.
Chase Elliott just got it. Put a bottom of 3 for a second. Got by Brandon Jones and Sam Mayer, and now he's currently trying to work on Chandler Smith. He's trying to get up through there. You know, he and Sheldon Creed have kind of been together. You see Sheldon right there inside of Sammy Smith. These guys are really trying to get it while they can.
Carson.
Yeah, guys, Brandon Jones restarted 5th. He's fallen all the way down to 12th. He's fighting not a handling condition, but with his brake pedal. The second he presses the brake tried to talk him through this onto the yellow to try and be able to manage this and get him to the end of the race. They had a lot of track position. They didn't want to work on it and hope he can manage it, but right now bleeding some spots, but holding up there in the top 15 still.
Yeah, and if you have clean air, it's a little bit easier to save your brakes. For one, you have a little bit more air going to the brakes, but also you're not in that dirty air and you don't feel like you have to use them as much. But really what he's going to have to do is float it in there. He's just going to have to lift early and coast it in there. If you do it correctly, it's probably not going to cost him a whole bunch of speed, but it really takes one of the tools out of his toolbox to drive his race car fast, for sure.
Noah Gragson having a good day. You know, he's racing Sheldon Creed for 6th and 7th right there. Cross Sheldon over. Someone we haven't really talked about, right? It's his first start this year in the Xfinity Series, and they're putting together a really good run with that team.
Yeah, Noah's always been really good in the Xfinity Series, and I was looking at some of the stats. 5 of his last 13 wins have come in the last 10 starts for him. So he's definitely been very strong in the Xfinity Series. Been a little bit as he moved up to the Cup Series, but I'm sure he's having fun there. Getting used to the old car he used to drive, right? Maybe not the actual car, right? He used to be a junior motorsports car, but getting the old Xfinity cars where there's not as much grip is sliding around a little bit more. And you see Chase Elliott, who's getting used to that as well. He's got a little bit more grip because he's got those tires, really making the most out of the strategy he has there. You know, we saw at the end of the first stage, he paid the price, lost a ton of spots, and now he's going back through it.
Well, now who's this guy?
I don't know who that guy was. He's a Noah Gragson fan.
Josh, what do you got on the 21?
Yeah, I talked to the 21 of Austin Hill before the race. He wasn't exactly sure what to expect at the start, but he felt like his car was good. He started 8th. He's up to 4th now. One thing he's going to be relying on today is his pit crew. They're the #1 pit crew in the Xfinity Series today.
Josh?
Josh just went.
Oh, Josh just went. Good job, Josh. We're going to go to commercial. I believe I missed something there. We will be back in Charlotte right after this break.
June 8th, it's Super Saturday on Fox. Here we go. Buckle up. It all starts across the pond where fastballs fly in London as the Phillies clash with the Mets. Then, the Belmont Stakes, for the first time ever, is live from Saratoga. Here's the wire! And New York City lights up with an epic rivalry as the Dodgers battle the Yankees. The biggest day of the season is Super Saturday on Fox.
The BetMGM 300 on Fox is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway, where there's just 22 laps to go in Stage 2. Justin Allgaier in the lead, Kyle Busch in second, Ty Gibbs making up a lot of that time after that big loose moment in the beginning of the stage. We've got some radio from Kyle Busch here. Let's see what he has to say.
More right rear air out, might need some wedge out with it. Yeah, might need a little bit of height, so half round or something in the right rear with some right rear air out.
That's probably the right idea. Just think down that path of how much, which each is worth.
Yeah, copy that. It's been a couple years since I've had to do this sort of stuff, so we'll keep doing it, man. We're learning together. It's fun.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. You know, it sounds like his crew chief is trying to figure out what these Xfinity cars are like again. You get used to the Cup car with the diffuser in the back. It's just a completely different game when you get in the Xfinity car and you're trying to tune on that. So fun to hear that conversation for sure.
And from the sounds of it, he sounds possibly a little bit free. You know, they want to take air out of the right rear tire and things like that as we watch the in-car. And I wonder how good you can see these bumps if you watch Kyle get into 3. If the car kind of, you see his head just kind of move back and forth and the wheel shakes a little bit before he gets in there. So, and look just how rough it is as he's going. I mean, his head is bouncing off the headrest, and it's a rough ride up there, but he's doing a good job. Both of them are running, you know, great lap times. They're kind of running away from everybody else, but Allgaier's kind of been playing around with lines in 3 and 4. He's not glued to the fence. He's kind of been able to run the top a little bit. He'll run the bottom and been able to keep good pace. So that shows me that 7 car is super good as we listen to the 7 car radio.
Problem on the top right now is I can't see where I'm going. My head's bouncing so bad.
Copy. You got to run up there, then give yourself a little cushion.
Yeah, and these cars, I mean, they're set up stiff, right? You don't want the nose floating up in the air. You know, the cars have, they're really stiff springs, really stiff platform in general, and these bumps, you know, it's bad here. You know, this place is built on a landfill, guys. Like, it's bumpy. And what happens, oh, we got a spinner here. The 48 of Parker Kligerman off of turn 4.
It's like a little contact with the wall on the nose here.
You see that crease there right above the Goodyear, and you see a little bit more damage there on the left front for sure. A lot of damage. Splitters knocked down obviously a lot. Let's see what happened here as they go down the back straightaway behind a 00. He was 19th place.
Entering right on the fence, looks free, trying to put the power down, just spins out. I mean, it just shows you, and then he'll probably have contact with the inside wall.
Yep.
Just shows you how on edge they are. You know, I mean, you're trying to make speed up by the wall and doing the best you can, and just pushed it a little bit too far, and next thing you know, your day's done.
Well, guys, this puts us in another split strategy situation. 17 laps to go. The same point. Some guys have already used up a set of tires. Some have. Is the opportunity there again to save a set for the third stage?
Some guys have already used 2 sets. And so, like, they cannot afford to come. But I'd be curious to see if, you know, who else will come if the front guys do. Because now, you know, the 18 and the 17 and the 2, they're back on the strategy as, you know, the 7 and 33 and the 20. So, and they've gained track position. Like Eric said earlier, they net positive from where they were, you know, staying out the first caution and then putting tires on at the brake. So be curious to see where everyone's head's at.
Yeah, I'd say the cars with 42 laps on their tires, they're probably going to pit. The tough call is you see Sheldon Creed, Chase Elliott, Jesse Love. Yeah, those guys, they got 26 laps on their tires. It's a lot, don't get me wrong. But when they go back green, they're going to have, what, 14 laps or less to go at the end of the stage, and then they can get tires again? I mean, it's a tough call. This has been one of the hardest races, I think, for a crew chief to call so far with the way these cautions have fell.
I think the thing these guys need to look at, you know, Sheldon and these guys have to look at coming in, and we got the final stage. It's going to be a longer run till they can pit again if it goes green, so those tires are going to definitely pay off more.
Yeah, definitely a tough situation for them. I look forward to seeing what they're going to do.
Yeah, I feel like you have to stay out here, and then you're going to put stickers on at the brake, you know, because I think if you pit here and you have like 10 or so laps on your stuff and you don't pit at the brake, well, you're going to probably maybe run a full fuel run, so it'll be interesting to see.
Well, we're going to figure out what they're going to do after they get Parker Kligerman on the hook and pit road opens up, and we're going to all figure it out together here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. They're hitting pit road. Carson, split strategy, what do you got?
Yeah, guys, Sam Mayer really focused on hitting their marks on this pit box. Really just fighting through adversity here of what they fought. Noah Gregson right in front of him, a little tight on exit with that front end, trying to make that a little bit better, but really happy with his race car with the track position he got. Josh, who you got?
The 7 of Justin Allgaier, they're debating on pitting there, decided to come, happy with it. 4 tires for him. Kyle Busch, pretty happy as well. Starts free, but builds a little tight on the longer run.
There's a battle off pit road here. We have a bit of a split strategy. We kind of have what we thought was going to happen. The cars that had a little bit newer tires on them, they're going to have 20 laps on their tires or so. They stayed out. So Justin Allgaier comes off pit road first. Austin Hill with a great pit stop, up 4 spots. I'm looking forward to seeing what Brad and Austin have to say about this at the studio. I know you guys like to talk about strategy. What's happening here?
Oh, these yellows, if you're a crew chief, are falling at the worst time possible, right? You know, you don't want to have your driver out, Austin, too long on tires. But on the flip side, you only have so many tires you can put on these cars. And we're seeing these yellows, the way they're falling, splitting the field up, and the restarts are chaos accordingly.
Yeah, and I'd say that's what's the toughest thing about this series compared to what we do on Sunday is the limit of tires that they have. I mean, most of the time you're running, 40, 50 laps on a set of tires, whereas we want to ditch them after about 30. So it's a bit of a mess out there, and I'm sure this restart for those guys that stayed out is going to be a disaster.
Yeah, without a doubt. This restart is going to be something to watch.
Well, I would agree with that, guys. The restarts have been chaos the whole time. And when you make it a split strategy like we've seen here already once, it's going to happen again. These guys are going to pay the price to try to get the reward later in the race and having that extra set of tires. And you know what? I kind of feel bad for Chase Elliott through all this because he already did it once. He started to like reap the reward for doing what he did. And guess what?
Yeah.
Ah, dang it, I got to do it again. He's going to start up front. But it's definitely going to be a very hairy start for the first 4 cars you see there are going to have 15 laps or so newer tires on it for sure. Carson?
Yeah, guys, down here, Brandon Jones really slow into his pit box, still struggling with that brake pedal. It hasn't gotten any better, except gotten worse. Philip Bell is crew chief, trying to talk him through what they're going to do. They're trying to figure out what's loose, what's tight, how much fluid they have. They're trying to get it back running. Right behind him, AJ Allmendinger, trying to fix that damage. They had a little bit of bare bond work, but checking the toe, trying to fix that race car and get AJ happy with it.
Yeah, AJ Allmendinger actually pitted under green right before that caution came out, 3 laps before like the 48 spun there. So he was actually the free pass this time. So kind of a lucky break for AJ. But we saw where he got in the fence pretty hard there, cutting a tire down eventually, and obviously knocking the toe out as they're trying to fix it. So a good opportunity for them to try to fix it here with 13 to go in the stage. If they didn't fix it this time, they'll have another caution here coming up shortly to be able to accomplish that.
I'll tell you what's interesting, you know, before in the first stage when we had that caution, there was only about a handful of guys that stayed out. Now, Justin Allgaier is lined up 19th. There's a lot more drivers that stayed out this caution, you know, in this stage. So I still think, you know, there's going to be, you know, 11 to go when we come back to green. But these guys are lined up way further back than they were before.
And we got some 20 radio here from Ty Gibbs. Sounds like he may have an issue.
Yeah, my brake, I guess something going on. A big click, brake pedal just clicks. It's like click. Feels like left front, but it's all brake pedal. I can feel it right front or left front, something left front.
Yeah, it's brake issues. It's something interesting to try to figure out there. You know, the brakes, we talked about, it's hot out there today. These cars don't have a bunch of grip. We see cars just spinning out on their own, right? So it's pretty tough to drive. And when you got to cut speed out, you use the brake pedal.
And the thing with
it's going fast. It creates a lot of heat.
The thing with brake issues is they're not going to get better. Something that doesn't resolve itself, and it's really not something you're probably going to fix on pit road. Maybe behind the wall, but most likely it's not something that's getting better.
Well, we see all the time, you know, how much do they tape up, you know, their brake openings, right? You're at 1.5 miles. You're probably going into here thinking, well, I don't use that much brake. It's 1.5 miles, and let's tape it up because that's more downforce. But hey, maybe they put too much tape on it. Brakes are getting hot, wearing them out. You know, they're probably running pretty small pads and rotors here, and maybe they just kind of misjudged that. But I'm curious to see how these guys, the 7, the 33, 21, 20, can work their way up through this field with those stickers.
Yeah, they're back there in row 9. 12 laps to go in the stage. New cast of characters up front.
Huge jump there for the 18 on the bottom.
Oh. And Kyle Busch going middle 3. 4 wide for a brief moment. Ty Gibbs is getting stuck there.
Oh, wow. And it's all about the momentum. Kyle Busch now is 10 spots at least in front of Ty Gibbs. But you see the 7 of Justin Allgaier able to keep up. Look at the speed difference these guys have. They're just stuck. There's nowhere to go. They got such a huge run, but there's where do I go?
Oh, no. 4 wide. I mean, that's tough. Like, Justin, he could have easily forced the issue, you know, but there's just nowhere to go. I mean, if someone's running 3 wide in front of you, you can't just stand on the gas and just
look at the
make
speed difference right here, though. Look how much faster they go through the corner. It's incredible to watch it. It's really fun when you're inside the race car. For sure, it's the best moments to be able to just go where they're not and be able to make speed. And those 3 to 4 cars that are the fastest right now are just weaving through them. And they got 10 laps to make the most of it here, and they're probably going to hit pit road again. You see Kyle Busch, he's already in the 5th position.
Yeah.
After starting in row 9. Justin Allgaier trying to make a run at him.
this is the race within the race too, right? I mean, you have like 3 different races going on. You have the lead with the 18 and 17 on old tires. You have the 7 and 33 that are going to go on both sides of Parker Retzlaff here. They're trying to get in front of each other for the next restart, and they're trying to make their way to the front. So there's always different races that go on when you have mixed strategies. Ooh, clear up.
Not quite.
Not quite. I thought about being clear for a second.
Kyle lifted for him there.
Yeah, he did.
And really, these guys here, they know they're getting through the field here at a rapid pace as they catch Chase Elliott really, really quick. But they can't wreck their car in the process, right? They're going to get back to the front. You're going to be in good shape. I know you want to be the leader at the end of the stage and collect that stage point, but just you can't take yourself out in these moments for sure. And it's hard to do that.
Interesting to see now, singled out as Ty Gibbs continues to make his way through the field. Sheldon Creed leading here, and Kyle Busch finally settled into second. Be interesting to see how quick that gap closes with Sheldon's lap on his tires here with 6 laps to go.
Sheldon Creed, man, he's been so close to getting that win. 8 runner-up finishes, so close to getting it. Make a great call here to get some track position. I don't know if he's going to be able to stay up front to the end of the stage, but he's going to get himself in the battle here for the 3rd stage. I like this call for him and where he was running.
Yeah, so Kyle Busch was 0.6 faster than Sheldon Creed that last lap. But did you see the gap? It just shrinks so quickly. I mean, I'm sure he was another ½ second faster than him. So he's probably going to make the pass here through 1 and 2 this lap as he's still trying to hold out Justin Allgaier.
Yeah, and Sheldon right there needs to take a lot of mental notes, right? How is your car driving in clean air? He's been in traffic. He's been stuck in mid-pack kind of all day long. Finally, some clean air. Make some good adjustments on what your car is doing up there and go from there on the next run.
He's going to be in clean-ish air, right? Because he's going to lose the lead right here to both Kyle Busch and Justin Allgaier. Those guys were back in 17th just like less than 10 laps ago. It's crazy to watch how fast they came through. There you see the biggest movers since the restart. Pretty fun to watch them go through there for sure.
Ty Gibbs here on the Toyota in-car camera racing with Jesse Love. After that big moment earlier, working his way back up through.
Justin Allgaier not done yet. Definitely faster than Kyle Busch right now. He's got to try to figure out a way around them.
Yeah, look at Justin hold the paint. Look at that, and look at the speed it's going to get him. He's going to get to the bottom of the 33. You see how Kyle, he just missed the paint by 6 inches. You know, I mean, it doesn't take much, and once you lose it, all grip's gone. And Justin did a good job of rolling down through the paint and taking that lead back away. Gosh, that 7 car is incredibly strong.
Definitely a fast race car. Now what we've seen, though, the long haul, Kyle Busch, fast on the top side. Here's a replay of him packing that air on him, right? Getting a little bit of air, that left front air on the 7, helped him turn. Got to the back of Kyle Busch's back bumper, looses him up. Races him down into turn 1, game over.
Just a ton of speed. Kyle tried to drag him down for a second on the quarter panel, and Justin had so much momentum that it wasn't even happening.
I'm impressed how good Allgaier can run the bottom for as long as he does. You know, we saw the run before this previous caution. He was running up the racetrack in 1 and 2, but he was really consistent on the bottom of 3 and 4. And he talked about the bumps earlier, that he can't really run up the racetrack because his cars just wouldn't get through the bumps entering up by the wall. So I'd be curious to see, you know, hey, can anyone else get their car better to where it forces Justin to run up the racetrack? But his car doesn't do it as good. So those are the things as a driver, you know, that you have to assess as you go. But really impressive stuff by the 7.
Yeah, as we're on the final lap here of the 2nd stage. Interesting strategies, lots of fun to watch these restarts. But once again, 2 of what we would call 3 probably the fastest cars have figured out a way to get back up the front. Justin Allgaier off turn 4 to sweep the stages here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. For the 13th time in his career, he's swept both stages.
Strong car. Sheldon Creed finishes 5th on old tires. That's big, you know. That shows, I think they got some pretty good speed in that car. So I'll be curious to see what that 8-team group can do here as we start stage 3 when we come back to Charlotte Motor Speedway. Great racing all day today. Stay tuned.
The BetMGM 300 on Fox is presented by Credit One Bank.
Well, if you like what you're seeing today, wait for tomorrow on Fox, because it is one of NASCAR's crown jewel events as we honor our nation's heroes with the sound of horsepower at the Coca-Cola 600. The pre-race kicks off things at 5:30 Eastern, and the green flag flies at 6 o'clock Sunday, only on Fox.
How do you change your voice so much? We come back, that doesn't even sound like you.
I'm embracing my inner Adam Alexander the best I possibly can.
Gotcha.
But we got some pit stop guys. They're all coming down pit road. They want the tires for the long third stage here. Let's head down to our pit reporters. Carson.
Yeah, guys, Chase Elliott down here. He's actually got an advantage of two sets of tires on some of these guys down pit road. Okay with their race car right now, but the biggest thing right now is they have a lot of tires in the bank that they should be able to have at the end of the day. Josh, who you got?
The AT to Sheldon Creed, much happier with his car right now. One problem, they only have one sticker set remaining, but the car is just a little bit free getting in and tied off.
Pit stops finish up here. You see Jeff Burton leaving to stall the race off of pit road. Looks like Justin Allgaier's boys going to get the job done, but Austin Hill's boys do it too. They're going to gain a spot. Jesse Love up 6.
6 spots.
Kyle
Huge
Busch
stop.
down 3. That's a big move right there. So Justin Allgaier, one of the fastest cars on the racetrack, is going to have some clean air to fire off the third stage here. I think we should dial up Kyle Busch. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right. Hey, Kyle, it's Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano in the Fox booth. You got me?
Hello, Eric Jones.
Well, how you doing? It's looking like not too bad of a day here. It looks like a few laps in the run. You get up on the top side and your car, it looks solid, but that 7's really strong. What are you going to need here in this last stage to go up and get in?
More grip. Just we fire off a little loose, and then once my balance corrects, I feel like we're the same. And then I get a little bit tighter, and he gets a little bit looser. I feel like we're still the same. So just got to find a little bit here. But been running up front all day, which has been nice. And, you know, feeling pretty good with the RCR Rebel Camaro out front, trying to make sure that we can try to win our sponsor's race with BetMGM on it. So we'll keep getting after it.
All right, man. Sounds good. Have some fun, and good luck at the end of this thing.
Yeah, these are way more fun than Sunday stuff, so I will.
Well, guys, we just got some game-changing news right here. The 7 of Justin Allgaier speeding on pit road.
We're going to see how good his car really is. Can he come from the back? He's still got 100 laps to go.
And he's definitely. You also see Austin Hill and the 91 of Kyle Weatherman also with a. And you got to wonder too. You know, the first 2 cars with the pit road penalty are following each other. You know, that's you wonder if they just kind of baited each other into going too fast. They got a long ways to go, though. 105 laps from here. It's going to be tough for them.
Josh, you got a celebrity down there in the pits?
Yeah, I'm down here. Yeah, I'm down here with celebrity. Good friend of mine, Dale Jr. I just had to break the bad news to him of the 7 cars speeding on pit road, but Justin's been really strong. I think he can rebound. What about you?
I don't know. I mean, once you get in that top 5, it's hard to pass. But what universe is this where you're interviewing me during the race? It's got to be pretty cool. I love this drivers only broadcast. It lets you guys know how hard this TV stuff is.
No, you're for sure. This has been a learning experience for sure. A little nervous at first, getting better. What do you think? Can Justin get back up there?
I think he can, but again, you know, you get into that top 5, and especially with Kyle Busch in the field, you know, that guy's going to be hard to get around. But Justin's car's been amazing, and JRM as a whole has been pretty good today. So we got to clean up a few things, and Justin's always going to make it interesting.
Awesome, thank you.
Look at that. Celebrity in the pits. Checking on his race team. Got a Mears Gang hat on.
Got a Josh Berry fan here.
Josh Berry fan. Look at Dale Jr. signing autographs. Man of the people.
Celebrity things right there.
Hall of Famer Dale Jr.
He's doing it. Let's check in with the studio. See what Bradley and Austin are up to over there. You guys with us?
Well, we were eating candy, Joey, but that just ended, and now we're just enjoying the show here. Dale Jr. with the cameo appearance. Does it get any better than that?
I'm with Ryan. I really like this hat. What'd you guys have for lunch up there? What'd they bring you?
We had tacos for life. Pretty amazing. Better than candy, honestly.
That's pretty strong.
And it's not even Tuesday. We have highlights on this. Oh, I got to see this.
Yeah. What do you got?
Yeah. What's the moments here? Did Blaney, did you spill any on the green jacket?
I don't know. He was eating the verde salsa, so he didn't see it.
the verde salsa. That's why I did it.
You guys are filming us eating tacos?
Yeah.
The cameras never stop, Eric.
Cameras never stop up there, guys. You better be careful.
I've had no time to eat. All I can tell you is Adam's job is really hard up here.
Joe, you're doing a great job.
Stats at me. They're throwing things, and Pam's talking in my ear. And there's times that things are happening, and I don't even know it's happening.
Yeah.
You missed half the race in this position.
Adam, we miss you.
We do.
But you know, this is hard, right? The drivers only broadcast. Dale Jr. said it best. Like, it's like an appreciation tour for the broadcast. You know, especially early in my career, Austin, I get done with a race and I'd watch it on TV and I'm like, oh, they didn't show this or they missed that. And now that I'm doing it from the studio or up in the booth, you're like, oh, I get why they missed those things.
Yes, here, I'll do something that Joey, I really like that you did. You gave me suspense on those speeding penalties. Like, he's like, oh, we just got to report it. Let me open the card. Because, I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, the 7 car, he's got to pass everybody now. That's a thing. That was good. That was great delivery.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to keep everyone at the edge of their seats all the way through that.
It's all about building suspense.
I could have maybe made that last a lap and a half to really build it up even more. But top 2 cars getting a speeding penalty, guys. This is going to be a pretty tricky situation and obviously change the dynamic of this race in a complete 180. I'm sure Kyle Busch is actually pretty happy about it. It's going to work out good for him. But thanks for checking in with us, fellas. And we're going to go back racing. You guys keep eating your candy or whatever you're doing. We're going to go back racing.
Hey, let's take a look at the Toyota top performers today. We got Sheldon Creed up there in 3rd. He's really turned his day around. Chandler Smith in 5th. Hanging around all day. Ty Gibbs been a little bit up and down, trying to get that balance right in 6th. And Taylor Gray in 9th. But we're coming green, guys. We got
Noah Gragson. Noah Gragson's the only car who stayed out right there. So they're banking on, you know, saving that set of stickers for later, having an extra set compared to everybody else. But he's going to be in a little bit of world of hurt here. But that car actually has been pretty good. So we'll see if he can hang on.
He took the outside lane. We've seen that bottom being pretty strong. He does get a good launch there, but Kyle's not going to waste much time. You know, when there's a car with old tires on it, you can't afford to follow him. You got to get in a different lane than he does. Kyle does a good job at that.
And Noah's in a tough spot here now. He's just got to get settled in through these first couple laps, find a spot to ride, and let this strategy hopefully play out for him.
And how about Jesse Love leading this race? We talked about it before. We talked about it early in the race. He's going to these tracks for the first time in an Xfinity car. He's going to a lot of tracks for the first time in an Xfinity car, and he just gets better as the race goes on. And I've been super impressed with him this year. That was a big move by Ty Gibbs. Trying to find some clean air around Sheldon Creed as he went to the top. But this is going to be a heck of a race. I think the 18 car has gotten a little better through the day. The 2 car. There's some new players up in the front today.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs, that's his teammate there in front of him. He's definitely trying to find a way around Sheldon Creed anywhere he can. You know, Sheldon, good strategy call, right? That's why he's up there before. He stayed out there in the run before, did a good job playing defense, finishing towards the front. Good pit stop. Now you see him running in 3rd.
Look at these 3 distinctive lanes, you know, just 3 awesome lanes that this racetrack provides, from all the way on the bottom to the middle to the top. I mean, that's what makes this track great. And this didn't happen like 5 years ago. I feel like there wasn't this many lanes at this track 5 years ago, and for whatever reason, it's got to this perfect age of surface to where all 3 lanes are fairly similar, especially on restarts, and it just gives you all these options, which gives us this great racing like we see on Sundays and Saturdays, and last night in the truck race. It's awesome to watch.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here in Charlotte, because like for a while the racing was like, not that great. That's honestly why the Roval started. And now you look at the racing here, it's one of the best, maybe the best mile-and-a-half racetrack we got right now when you watch the racing across the field. I wish we came here twice with the oval now when you look at how good the racing is. I don't know what fixed it. Keep doing whatever you're doing, though.
Ty Gibbs still trying to find a way around Sheldon here. Going to go ahead and try the bottom down here. And again, we talk about this paint. I think he's going to go try to get right on that line down here. And it's just a lot of momentum on that top coming off of 2.
Yeah, that momentum. Watch it just pull down that back straightaway. And And Sam Mayer with a run because of that, going to be able to pull down in front of, or inside of Ty Gibbs. He's going to try to finish it. He did grab the paint pretty well there, Blaney.
Gosh, these guys are racing hard. I mean, these three cannot get away from each other.
This is what we're talking about. This is great racing at a mile and a half. When you got multiple lanes, you just go all over the place.
Thought we were going to be 3 wide for a second there, but
they've gotten that one car better through the day. You know, we talked about, Carson talked about it earlier before the race started. Andrew Overstreet, you know, usually works on that 88 car when it makes starts. Has worked with Sam Mayer in the past. He's filling in this weekend. Andrew does a great job. He was my engineer at the Wood Brothers, you know, for a while before he went to JRM, and he does a great job. And they've got that car better throughout the day, and they figured it out. And Sam is running top 5.
Well, it's not to be a surprise. Sam's been really fast on these mile and a halves. He's won 2 of the last 3 mile and a half races. It's not surprising to see him up towards the front. You never know. He gets up to get some clean air on that thing. It might be what it takes to win it. Here's the 7. He's up 16 spots, all the way up to 14th already. He's plugging away. He's going to have to get him as quickly as possible. See Cole Custer in his sights next to try to get some more spots. Still 95 laps to go. He's going to have another pit stop. He's going to have some time. He's going to hope that there's a caution at some point in this for sure.
Really going to need that yellow to probably have a chance to be in contention. That's a long road to hoe there for 100 green flag laps to make it up.
Yeah, pretty impressive though. I mean, they've run, you know, 14 or so laps since they've gone back green, and he's only 5 seconds behind the leader.
Yeah, he's not that far behind, so. Yeah, and we've seen that car be really good on the long run too, you know, and I think that's where it's really going to flex his muscle is when we get 20 laps or so on these tires. And the good thing about that, we've talked about how good he can run the bottom all day.
Yeah.
Everyone migrates to the top, so now he's going to have clean air on the bottom as laps go on. So I think that's just going to play into Justin's hands a little bit more if we get some longer runs.
And as the leaders, Jesse Love, Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, as they catch the lap cars, it's going to give him an opportunity not to lose
Look
it
at
as
him
much.
packing air. Oh, that's as close as you could possibly get.
He's trying to get that left rear quarter. He just barely does into the corner. He might
Noah's hanging on pretty well here. Only fell back to going to be 13th in here in a second, but I think that's probably better than maybe what they even anticipated.
Yeah, I thought, you know, you looked at the first couple laps of that restart, I'm like, he's going to settle in about 30th the way he was falling backwards, but he found a good lane up there on the wall for him there, and it seems to be working pretty well as Justin Allgaier moves through there. We got one more break we got to grab here, and it's a double box, so you're not going to miss anything as the racing continues to be fantastic at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all-electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Just announced. Low 1.9% APR financing for 72 months on a 2023 Ford F-150 or on the all-electric F-150 Lightning.
You give, and you give. Now it's time to get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get unlimited data, talk, and text. You get America's most reliable 5G network. You get to choose who gets on your family plan starting at just $25 a line. Does it have to be family? It doesn't have to be family.
Get more lines and more savings. Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Kick off your summer at New England's only NASCAR race. It's a wicked fast, wicked fun weekend full of racing, camping, and all the fun you can handle. Bring your friends or make some new ones. There's concerts, fireworks, 3 days of racing, and at the end of it all, the winner takes home the giant lobster. It's huge! The NASCAR Cup Series at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, June 21st through the 23rd. Get your tickets today at nhms.com.
Corey? I did it!
You did what?
It's so simple. A Chili's car should run on Chili's fuel.
No.
Margarita car.
LaJoy,
Needs margarita fuel. It's chili science.
That's not good.
Catch your Rita only at Chili's. Vroom, vroom.
The game show geniuses at Fox wanted a show that would make a big splash. Do you have the round spherical objects to play the quiz with balls?
Premieres this Tuesday on Fox.
Fox Nation is continuing to offer all active military and veterans their first year of Fox Nation for free.
Celebrate our country with brand new shows and new seasons of exclusive content.
Go to foxnation.com to receive this special offer.
What does fearless look like? Like trading paint with a champion? Find out for yourself. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
We are back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway under the yellow flag. Look at this beautiful aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, powering every mile and every moment on NASCAR's road to victory. Goodyear, more driven. Well, boys, this has changed it up quite a bit. We have a spinner. It was off of turn 2. Kyle Sieg running 28th place, but the pit strategy as it opens is going to be mixed up. Carson?
Yeah, guys, Noah Gregson, this fits right into their strategy. They planned on saving a set, didn't fall back as they expected, only fell to 13th here, so they're going to come down, put 4 tires on. They're still going to have an extra one later in the pits. You guys up at the booth, he's going to take off here, but yeah, plays right into their strategy here.
Yeah, I think it couldn't have went better for Noah Gregson and his team right there. It's obviously, I think maybe they could have went a couple of more laps there to really take advantage of the tires here, but I think he's still going to end up having a good advantage here on the green flag.
Yeah, this is the reward. You know, these guys all paid the price at some point during the race to save a set of tires for this moment right here. Like you said, you wish everyone had a little bit older tires, but they had that once, you know, just 2 sets left. Now they all have 1 set left to pit at some point. So it'll be another fun restart when we get back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Hello, race fans, and welcome to Nashville Super Speedway.
That's right, guitars and fast cars right here in Music City. This summer, NASCAR is back at the Nashville Super Speedway. Get your tickets now to watch your favorite driver take on the 1.33 miles of concrete chaos. Visit NashvilleSuperspeedway.com to lock in your spot June 28th through the 30th for the Ally 400 race weekend.
Fox does a good job making sure we're fed. You know, I always appreciate that.
Well, guys, you found the food.
Yeah.
Blaney said they feed us well up here in the Fox booth.
Tacos for life.
What I got out of that is you guys are just eating, and I'm over here trying to lead this deal.
Well,
and you guys are just enjoying your
lead
time
guy.
over here. Jeez,
You know?
it was a lot easier when I sat over to the right side.
They were delicious, in case you were wondering.
Oh, I bet they were. I didn't want to quite take that over. Boy, we're coming to a restart here, guys. Those guys that just pitted, they're back in 27th, 28th. They're way back there. They only got 11 laps newer tires. I think they'll still move through the field, but not at a rapid rate like we've seen. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them. We got that beautiful GR Supra looking lean and mean out there and putting them back to green.
It's nice wordplay.
That's good.
That's very nice. So Kyle Busch take the bottom. We've seen that kind of be the preferred lane, especially on the launch.
88 laps to go.
Launched really well with Kyle. Actually, he spun the tires, shifting from second to third there. Ty Gibbs trying to get back up to P2.
Chase Elliott right behind these guys.
The one was way up the track. Look at the run he got from that.
He gave that 2. So how big their shot of it he gave to the 2. The 2 had a run to get all the way to the inside of Kyle Busch in that 33 car.
Ty Gibbs trying to get back to the quarter panel of the 1. Just
he's in the fence.
The fence a little bit. Not enough to hurt it, I don't think. Jesse Love grabbing quarter panel, side draft, pulling away. Going to clear Kyle Busch down into 1.
What a battle for the lead you got right here. all 4 to 5 cars, different lanes, trying to take control as they know they got one more pit stop left.
Crossover by Kyle Busch, got that big run off the middle of turn 2. Gonna dive down in there, slide up in front of the 2 car.
2 really, I don't know if he got free there getting in or really lost a lot of momentum there getting into 3. And Sam Mayer battling for the lead.
Putting the pressure on Kyle Busch, moved him up off the bottom, got him loose.
That's the same move as his teammate Justin Allgaier has done to Kyle Busch a couple times as well. Those cars wrap the paint really, really well, pushing Kyle up the racetrack. I think Kyle has that long run car. He's just got to try to survive these first few laps.
Sam just missed the paint
the bottom.
there.
Here comes the 2. Yep, it's all about, gosh, if you miss the bottom, we've seen it all day. If you miss it by 6 inches, you're in a world of hurt.
And as they're all battling, Chase Elliott, once again, he's right there. He doesn't seem like he has a car as fast as his guys, but as they keep racing, he's staying in the hunt. And right behind that, there he is, the 7. He's made up all that time. He's right there in the battle.
Chase
3 wide.
Bottom of 3.
Carson, what do you have in the 17?
Yeah, guys, down here, they're really playing with house money with this strategy. They have 2 sets of tires sitting in the pits. Unlike a lot of their competitors, they have 2 sets. They weren't in their fuel window, so unlike Noah Gragson, they decided, since they had the track position, to stay up front. And right now, they're playing with house money. Their playbook is wide open, so when that fuel window opens, if they're under yellow, under green, expect them to come down pit road and still have a set sitting in the pits.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want. They earned that. You know, it's not a gift. They went and earned a way to figure out how to put themselves in the best position for the end of the race. Strategy-wise, they are in the best position. Car-wise, I don't know if they quite have that, but they're not that bad, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, you know, Carson made a great point of the 17 had 2 sets laying, and they were running in the top 5, so they chose not to come put the tires on. They didn't think it was worth it at that point. They thought their car was good enough. You know, hey, we've gotten up in the top 5. We're a little bit closer. Let's not give up all that track position. Let's see what we can do racing, you know, from where we can restart, which is in a little bit better areas. 18 has a flat right front tire.
He's got smoke out of the left front.
Yeah, definitely a right front down there, though.
Something right side, left side they're up. Good to the bottom.
Looks like he's going to get to pit road. Obviously, this is going to hurt his finish. Probably going to lose at least a lap here as these 2 continue to battle through turn 2.
Yeah, tough break for Sheldon there, running 8th before that issue, and had a stronger day going there, and his day's going to be pretty
battle
much
for the lead right here, guys. Sam Mayer, we talked about how strong he is on these 1.5 miles. He is doing a really good job on the bottom. Kyle Busch has found his home again right up by the wall. 2 completely ends of the racetrack that they like. Here comes the slider from Sam Mayer, going to get up in front of Kyle Busch. Kyle's going to turn it down, look for the crossover down the back straightaway.
We've seen great crossovers all day. You know, it just shows you how much grip that you have on the top on exit. Kyle gets right in front of him, trying to play the air game a little bit, misses the bottom.
I like Sam Mayer's strength. Sam Mayer right there.
Patience.
Yeah.
Waited for it. So there's no way he's going to hold the bottom entering that low. Waited for him to move up the racetrack. Is he going to pull the slider again? Is it the same move again when he gets here? Or is he going to wrap it? Oh, Kyle holds him tight this time.
Yeah, he limited. He didn't allow Sam Mayer to pull the slider, right? So how you defend that is you got to enter really close to that car on the inside, you know, and that doesn't allow them to get in the corner and use up track like before. So really, really veteran move by Kyle Busch to defend that slide job and maintain the lead.
And you see the back of Kyle Busch's car get loose down over those bumps into turn 3. His cars are moving all over the place while they're racing for the lead.
Man, something I've noticed with the 33, he doesn't get down the straightaways very fast. You know, I feel like even if he gets a big run off the top or the bottom, you see the one just close in so much on corner exit. I wonder what's going on with that car. It just seems to be slow down the straightaways.
Yeah, he's getting runs off the top, like you say there. Kyle's running that car really hard. He really wants to control this race. He knows that right now, Sam Mayer is faster in that number 1 car. If he gives him the clean air, he might not see him again. And if it runs green from here, that might be the race for the win. So he's got to do everything he can do to battle off both those cars behind him, because Ty Gibbs is really fast as well. Here you see Sheldon Creed getting out of his car.
You know, he had a lot of smoke there out of the front. I think there was more of an issue going on than just the right front tire down. Maybe a brake issue. Like we
heard it's a broken rotor is what happened. Exploded a rotor, popped the right front tire. To me, when I hear that, that means there's a chunk of rotor on the racetrack somewhere. It makes me a little nervous.
Ty Gibbs, they've gotten that car a little better. We saw him struggle a little bit in the middle part of this race. Fell back, didn't have very good restarts a couple times in a row, and they've gotten that thing wound back up for him.
Boy, is this race moved up to the wall or what? You see the top 3 cars all on the up at the wall. Now there's a car with tires, right? Cole Custer started back there. We said 27th or 28th, somewhere back there. He's moved his way up into the top 5. Battle again for the lead. Kyle holding him tight. Doesn't want him to pull that slide job. While he's doing that, wait for the run on Ty Gibbs coming down the back straightaway.
You see the Goodyear lettering gone on the left rear of Kyle Busch's car and the right front of the 1. They touched tires there. I mean, there was some tire smoke. Hopefully there's no damage to those tires as Ty Gibbs trying to stay on the right rear quarter panel of the 1 and just can't quite do it. Kyle Busch is on defense mode right now. I mean, his car is not very good, and he is having to run that thing with his tongue out against the wall, and Sam is just pestering him.
It's really free up there. I've seen a couple of big slips out of Kyle. Again, another slider here from Sam Mayer.
Yep, and Kyle's going to pull down. He's going to make that same move again down the back straightaway. Okay, he's going to pull the old fake one-way get up to his outside. Oh, that was really close to the wall. This is awesome.
Got it a little hot, but it's going to work out. He's going to have a huge run here down the front straightaway.
He's going to have a pick, right? That slower lap car, that's kind of going to hold him there for a second. Sam Mayer liked that. That's going to give him control of the race because the momentum stays the same, and now he's got that clean air. He worked hard to get that clean air. He's got it. Now what happens to Kyle Busch? He lost that clean air. We know he didn't have the fastest car at this point of the run. Is he going to fall and lose another spot to Ty Gibbs?
Yeah, I would love to hear what Kyle's got to say here. I think he's fighting his car a little bit right now, more than he has in the runs previous, and seems to be slipping a little bit more and more.
Josh, you caught up with Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, Sheldon's down here, just got out of the race car. Struggled early on, but really got going a lot better there in the second stage. What happened to take you out?
Looked like a right front brake rotor. Really tough start to our day there. And just did not drive good at all, and we just kept working on it, making it better. Got some track position there in stage 2, and felt like we were turning our day around, and then I felt like we got on the other side of it, got too tight there to start the first stage, and then had a rotor. So a little disappointing. I'm gonna Joe Gibbs Toyota. We should be running top 5 and have a shot at winning every week, and it's just tough when you fire off with cars like that, and I don't know, this is like our 3rd or 4th mechanical this year, so frustrating, but got some road courses coming up.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. You know, he's had some solid runs. You know, Sheldon has been in position a few times, and you know, sometimes things just don't go your way. Sometimes, you know, we've heard a lot of brake issues today, for sure, throughout the field, not just him. Austin Hill,
he's telling him he's number 1.
I think he was flipping him off, actually. No one ever really says thank you or good job out there. It's usually I don't like you gesture. Look at it. Jesse Love, a big wiggle off of turn 2. I don't know who he's mad at in that scenario.
I don't know. He's flipping one guy off and then running the other guy up the hill. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Cole Custer to the inside of Chase Elliott for 4th. Cole's been working on Chase for laps and laps, and Chase is honestly holding him up. Cole's got those new tires. Chase has been putting it up on the wall as Cole pulls a big slider here. And you see these guys who came in and took tires. Cole Custer, Noah Gregson right there running 6th. These guys are really trying to put a march through the field here. And now that Cole has some clean track, we'll see what kind of lap times Cole will be able to make up.
Yeah, I think you're going to see those tires really pay dividends here. Cole really hasn't had a super strong car all day. He came in and got those tires, and he's driven all the way up to 4th place. Yeah, I'm just amazed how in this race, you know, early in the race, it looked like
the bottom and the top were fairly close and equal. Now it is a top dominant race. You've got to be up by the wall. Even these guys with the tire advantage, you see the 30, 11 laps newer tires for Noah Gragson in that 30 car, and still having a very challenging time to try to pass. She's really, that's going to help. That rooting, he hears that. I mean, that's going to do it.
I love it.
She's fired up, man. Pass him.
Oh, he's loose under him. Justin Allgaier looking to pounce. Brandon Jones right behind him. He's going to follow through right in that top lane.
Now, that's the tough part. Justin Allgaier took a chance, tried to run lower to get some clean air, and Brandon Jones got to his outside. Now Justin's going to lose a spot, trying to pass a car. So that's the tough part when it's kind of a one lane dominant here like it is on the top right now, and you take a chance to go to the bottom and think you're going to make a pass and you don't, and now you lose a spot and you have to re-rack and try again.
Let's see a look at the double dippers running a lot of miles this weekend. 300 miles today, 600 miles tomorrow. We got practice and qualifying after this. Full day.
I think Larson should have done the triple. Xfinity, Cup, IndyCar.
Yeah, that would be smart.
Not sure if anyone's ever done 1,400 miles of racing.
Oh, he's still flipping them off. He's not so happy. There is a little beef here with Sammy Smith and Austin Hill. Keep an eye on these guys for a minute. I don't know what started this, and I'm not sure how it's going to end, but I don't think he'll be pretty. This car's wiggling down the straightaway like that. That's not the cars in there. That's the driver steering it. They're definitely fighting each other. I don't know what the beef is.
It's fun to watch, though.
Yeah, I like it. Just don't know what it's about. It might be the fact that he's racing him so much. I think maybe Austin Hill feels like he's got a fast car, and oh boy. Gonna clear him down into 3. No, okay. I got a feeling this isn't gonna end real well.
Now they've swapped positions. Now Sammy's got the kind of preferred top lane. Seems like the 8's maybe a little bit faster.
I don't know if it's preferred if the guy on the inside of you is not so happy with you. That might not be preferred. Maybe that might be the end of it right
Settled for now.
Well, the 8 didn't tell him he's number 1, so I don't know if the 8's as mad as the 21. So Brandon Jones, we heard he had some brake problems earlier in the day. Came in, we saw him put a little bit of brake fluid in that thing, and now he's really putting a lot of pressure on Chase Elliott for the 5th position.
It's really good. The way he entered behind Chase Elliott, right on his back bumper, right up against the wall, tells me that car has a lot of entry security. Definitely in good shape there. Brandon Jones, he's made 5 extra stops today working on his brake issue. He's come down pit road 5 more times than everybody else, and he's battling into the top 5 right now. Crazy.
Pretty impressive. Got to have a good car to make that happen, and he's picking up another one.
He definitely has a fast car. I'm telling you, that move that he just followed Chase in there to his right side a little bit, if anything. Cars don't just do that. That's a real special car to do it.
Just ahead of these two, Cole Custer's run down the 20 car. Now he's got the same problem he had with that Chase Elliott. If he's running the fence in front of him, all right, how can I adjust my car to be able to turn down the hill to be able to pass this 20 car? As we see, I think the 20 gets the fence just a little bit, trying to run right next to it. Oh, just grabbed him in there, yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of kissing it with the right rear, and you can kind of get away with that sometimes. It's when you hit it just hard enough that it takes the yaw out of the car and you get stuck on it. It becomes glue.
And you kind of think, well, why didn't Cole just turn underneath and go by him when he got in the wall, right? And there's a lot of aero effect there. Cole can't just make that left-hand turn and get underneath it and make that pass.
Boy, he made a left-hand turn right there.
Yeah, we've seen that, work a couple times. We saw Brandon Jones do that to Chase Elliott off of 4, kind of entered up by the fence, is able to angle down off the corner. That's a really good handling car. Well, less worse handling car than the guy in front of you where you can turn down off the wall and make that pass. That seems to be a trend off of turn 4 that you can kind of angle down the track and be able to get undercars. That's a really strong thing and piece about Cole's car that he can do that he might be able to utilize once he gets to the 33 and then try to run down Sam Mayer, who is 2.5 seconds in front of this battle. So Sam has put together a great run here with 58 to go.
Well, remember, Cole Custer, newer tires. That's why he's able to make moves like that and do things a little bit different. And Ty Gibbs, I think he realized that, and he also didn't want all that pressure on his back bumper loosening him up. He's kind of like, you know what, you can just have this one.
Yeah,
I've had all I can handle with not hitting the wall at this moment. Cole's making the most out of what he's got right now. For a while there, the 0-0, guys, he was running 15th or worse. It was not looking good. Great strategy calls. Oh wow, this has been a battle here for the last 20 laps.
Noah Gragson, another one of those guys who pit under the last yellow, following up there with Chase Elliott and Cole Custer.
And Chase is fading a little bit here. He is hoping they have those 2 sets sitting in the pits. He wants a caution right now, so he can come in and either force everyone to take their last set of stickers, or if he takes, or if no one, he comes in and they have to wait to put their stickers on. Now he's in a great spot because everyone has tons of laps on their stuff. So yeah, Chase wants a yellow.
The green flag cycle is starting. Jesse Love has hit the pit road. These guys are looking at this long green flag run saying, how do I split it right down the center? This is what's happening right now. They're all coming. Well, the majority are. This is for a lot of them their last set of tires. So if a caution comes out after this, they're going to be in quite the scenario. But a lot of cars hitting pit road right now. Austin Hill down pit road. Jeb Burton.
Yeah, definitely interesting. 56 laps to go, and we've seen how good these guys that have a few extra laps, better tires, are driving through the field. It's interesting to see everybody coming.
The 7 on pit road now. Everyone trying to short pit each other to try to get that lap with fresher tires and get something. Josh Berry, the 7's coming at you.
Yeah, the 7 car's on pit road here with 55 to go. Less grip in traffic, tighter with the front tires. 4 tires and some adjustments for Justin. And the 20 of Ty Gibbs, too tight, got some right front damage from the wall. This is his last set of stickers, so they'll be running this to the end.
He said, you look at the front bumper of the 20, the right side of the 20. That car's been through a battle for sure, and it's still fast.
It's like he's been at Homestead.
Carson, we got the 17 coming at you.
Yeah, guys, unlike everybody else, they're coming in and putting 4 tires on, but they still have 4 over the wall. But the issue is, right now, their race car, tight all day. They have not made a gain, and they have not done anything. They're going to make a big adjustment here. Josh, you got it.
Yeah, 0-0 Cole Custer. Got some quarter panel damage early in the race. They've got that repaired. Car is better, just a little bit tight. Should be good here till the end.
At a 0-0, they tried to, you saw the battle with 33. Short pitting Kyle Busch. Carson, what do you got to say, Mayer?
Yeah, guys, execute is the only word on the radio for Sam Mayer. No mistakes here. They just want a good, clean stop. They're putting confidence in him while he was under green. Now, Brandon Jones, he's in a very familiar place down here. He's been on pit road 5 times more than everybody else. 4 tires, clean stop, and he's away, guys.
I like this strategy from Kyle Busch, running a little bit long here. Everybody really jumped on it, seeing the other cars come to pit road, and I think Kyle's going to run some extra laps here and try to see if he can get these guys on the backside.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly if he's trying to do that or he's going to try to run long and bank on a late race caution, and he'll have new tires there too. So yeah, maybe he realized he wasn't quite fast enough to win the race. He's in an all or nothing situation. Points do not matter to Kyle Busch at all. And I don't think he cares about finishing 2nd or 3rd. And
No,
I think he saw that that's probably what it was going to look like. And this is his only play to figure out a way to beat him. So he may be hoping that this runs another 20 laps, maybe even 30 before a caution comes. Well, he might not be able to run that long before gas, but he's probably hoping it runs another 15 to 20 laps.
Yeah, and I think he's going to run really long, right? You can't just make a stop 5 laps after everyone else has made a pit stop. Carson, Noah Gragson on pit road.
Yeah, guys, Noah Gragson down here. They talked about going long, but they decided to just come in, put 4 tires on it. This is his last set of tires, so he'll be good for the rest of the way once they're done and away.
You see Kyle Busch, he hit pit road. I guess he went for the split it right down the center strategy. You would look for him to be strong late in this run. Let's see if it works out. Josh Berry, 33 is coming at you.
Yeah, 33 Kyle Busch. Ran a little bit longer there on pit road with 50 to go. Kyle's been pretty quiet on the radio lately. Feels like they got a good car in the long run. We'll see how this plays out towards the end.
So I do believe that will be the majority's last set of tires. I think Chase Elliott still has one more set. And we'll have to see how they all merge back out here after a lot of them have pitted. There's still a few left that haven't pitted. You see there on the left of your screen, Kyle Sieg, Honeyman are still left to be pit. Sam Mayer's already pitted. So
and
that's a lot of time. Cycle. Oh, you might have a caution on this. We'll see. The left front obviously exploded on that car.
And Kyle Busch running long like that, he's lost a ton of time. You know, he was running second, lost a ton of time to Sam Mayer. So he's hoping with a little bit less laps on his stuff that he can try to, you know, create a charge. He's only 4 or 5 laps, you know, shorter or longer, you know, than Sam Mayer and Ty Gibbs. So it's going to take a lot for him to cut that deficit back down. You know, he's 10 seconds behind Sam Mayer, who will inherit this lead as long as there's no caution that comes out.
Yeah, that fender's just hanging on there. You know, I'd be lucky to see it get back around, but
yeah, it seems tight. Something I want to point out here, the race for the win right now is 3rd and 4th place, right? Once it cycles through, that'll be the lead. Yeah, they're within a couple seconds of each other. It was 4 seconds before the pit stop. Gibbs was 4 seconds behind Sam Mayer. He cut it in half just through the cycle itself. There's so much time on the pit road, off the pit road, the pit stop itself. We saw it in qualifying at the All-Star race where it's all together. That happens every single week. As we see the 07 there with the left front gone. Well, it's been a great race so far. Sam Mayer going to inherit the lead here shortly as the cycle continues here.
Can Billy come out to play? Yes! Woohoo!
The all-new Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, what do we have here?
He is back!
A come down or a comeback? A risk taker or a troublemaker? A lucky run, or that's how it's done.
Great job, 5 team.
Surprise, surprise.
1, 2, 3, finish.
Or seen it coming.
Oh, yeah!
A trophy hunter or a party crasher?
Riddick steals one.
What if it was all that and a whole lot more?
At Cracker Barrel, come together for the good stuff. Like pancakes served all day. And Southern fried chicken that's always hand-breaded. Oh, and family time. Or try our new early dinner deals.
Pod's spring moving sale has been extended. Save up to 25% on moving and storage until June 10. And see why Pods has been trusted with over 6 million moves. Don't wait. Use promo code 25 now to save. Book at pods.com today.
All the parts you need at the prices you want. Guaranteed to fit every time. So you can keep your ride or die alive.
Every Saturday, your game is on Fox.
Because if baseball is as American as apple pie,
Monster shot!
then Fox Saturday baseball is one heck of a slice. Sit back and make some room for a big old helping.
Goodbye!
Come on, it's Saturday.
NASCAR is coming back to Chicago.
Have some fun, boys. It's gonna be a good one.
The Chicago Street Race Weekend. For tickets and experiences, visit NASCARchicago.com.
Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway. You see it, it's the drivers only broadcast on Fox, where we are watching Sam Mayer putting a whooping on the field right now. Fast car. He's about a second and a half up. He's led 25 of the 158 laps. It's been a fun race so far, guys.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic race so far. It's been really great. And Carson, do you have a little update on our race leader?
Yeah, guys, even though he's leading right now, it is not quiet on the radio. Consistently driving out of the rearview mirror. His spotter is letting him know every move Ty Gibbs is making, what lap time in comparison to him, constantly giving him update and info. We saw him win last year at Homestead against the fence, doing what he learned there, now here against the wall here at Charlotte.
Yeah, the good thing about these Xfinity cars, we talk about it all the time, the composite body on these things. Look at the right side of the one of Sam Mayer, and probably the majority of other cars out here. The right sides are killed. They've been hit. It doesn't seem to phase these cars that much. In the past, and you guys remember, you've been doing it long enough to race those steel body cars, you hit the wall and it was game over. Cut a tire down, knock all the downforce out of it. It was too big of a risk a lot of times to be that close to the wall. Now, you can get up there and smush the wall a couple times and still be okay as long as you don't hit it that hard. None hit him more today than Ty Gibbs. We saw it early in the race. We saw it in the middle of the race. The nose is knocked in. He's still running second.
And he's running him down.
Yep.
He's closed that gap a little bit here in the last few laps, and he's still closing it.
Yeah, you know, Cole Custer's kind of lost contact between the top two. You know, he's 4.5 seconds back. And Mayer hasn't been able to drive away, you know, from Ty Gibbs. And Eric said it great. You know, Gibbs is running him down just a little bit. You know, and they've worked through a little bit of traffic. Sam Mayer is finally going to have a couple laps of clean track here to kind of get through and see what his car can do lap time wise. But someone that's kind of surprised me, the 7 car. We saw him so dominant the first couple stages, won the first 2 stages, and he just doesn't seem to be as good here late in this race. And maybe now that it's top dominant, we heard him say his car couldn't run the wall as good as other cars. Maybe that's hurt him a little bit.
And Kyle Busch here, he's gone a little bit long on the green flag cycle. He lost 9 seconds to the leader during that green flag cycle because he ran long. So that's a couple seconds every single lap that he stayed out. On the flip side, if it keeps going long, he may be able to make all that up.
Chase Elliott sitting with a set of stickers in the pits. He hopes it's going to run about 7 more laps green, get a caution. Everyone else is out of tires. He is in the catbird seat if that happens.
And Noah Gragson with a strong day. Started really deep in the field. Kind of methodically worked up as the days went. Had some strategy go his way that's got him up here. It's a nice day running 8th right now.
You know, I think something that, you know, as we kind of keep going through the field here, you know, Justin Allgaier looked so strong early in the race. I think a lot of it is because the track was good on the bottom in the beginning, and now it's good on the top, and you don't see his car being quite as strong. Chandler Smith here, you know, expected him to be a little bit quicker today. You know, he's been really strong, especially early in the season. He was so strong. Just really been pretty quiet throughout the race today.
Sammy Smith looks like he's done fighting with Austin Hill for the moment, has kind of settled into 11th here, and you know, been another quiet day, one we haven't heard a lot out of, and definitely needs to get some strong runs going here in this season.
Taylor Gray, P12, doing a pretty good job today. You know, he doesn't get to run these Xfinity cars all the time. Way different than trucks and things that he's used to, and you see him sliding around. He's been putting together a pretty strong day here.
And Shane Van Gisbergen, this is a guy I don't
you
think
said it. Good job.
Is that right?
You did it.
Not like we've talked about him all day, but a nice job up here in 13th.
Yeah, I think it's fun to watch Shane learn how to get around these racetracks right up next to the wall. So different than what he's grown up doing his whole life. A.J. Allmendinger battling back, had those issues early in the race with the end of the wall, flat right front, toe knocked out, just trying to battle for a decent points day.
Parker Retzlaff always seems to be, you know, putting together good days, you know, with this team. Teammates to Jeb Burton, that group with Jordan Anderson, they do a really good job. And, you know, he's put the pressure on AJ a little bit, so he's done a great job so far, really, the whole past couple years, and he's doing another good job today.
And there's our leader, Sam Mayer, second and a half or so out front. I would say he's feeling comfortable, but I don't feel like it's a big enough lead to feel comfortable. And when I watch that back end slide out like that through the center of the corner and you're inches away from the wall, comfort is not there at all.
Yeah, Sam is loose, you know, and I feel like I mean, he's taken up all the racetrack getting in there in the corner. And a lot of times, I know it's pretty common with the Cup cars, and I'm sure it relates to the Xfinity cars. A lot of times when you make green flag pit stops, your car fires off looser for some reason. You know, whether that's, you know, just green flag pressures or just the racetrack being the way it is, you know, how it takes rubber.
Oh, cautious out.
The 43, Ryan Ellis, gets loose off turn 2, hits the inside wall.
There you go, Chase Elliott. You were just mentioning.
Yeah, what was that?
Timing.
He's 7:30 to go.
Almost 7 more laps, but he'll take it. He'll take it.
Absolutely. Those guys ran quite a few laps since the last pit stop. He's going to have to go to the very back, but I think he's in a good spot. He's got enough time to get through it for sure. This is going to be quite the turn of events for sure. So looking forward to that. But yellow is out once again.
Okay, so who do you guys like at the end of the race? I mean, obviously, Chase Elliott, he's in the best spot, right? Has a set of stickers laying. There's probably going to be 27 or so laps to go, you know, at the end of this race. That's plenty of time for him to get to the front. We already, you know, we ran probably 25 laps right there, 20 laps green. So those guys' tires are worn out. I'll be interested to see what this 17 group can do.
Yeah, I think that'll be pretty interesting. But I also kind of got to think about clean air. Sam Mayer's out front right now. Good luck beating that. Kyle Busch still got a little bit newer tires. He's in P6 right now, so he's got a little bit of time to make up. But you put them all bunched up with a little bit newer tire, he can make up some time. But it's going to be fun to watch Chase with those freshies coming through.
It'll be tough. Yeah, the 17, the 8, 97, all have tires here, so we'll have to see. But 17, I think, has got the best shot.
Yeah, SVG. I mean, gosh, we talked about him earlier. Haven't talked about him much today. But they were on that strategy, you know, saved a set of tires. That group seems to figure it out. You know, Shane figures it out through the race, right? He's going to these tracks, racing on them for the first time. These Xfinity cars are tough to drive, man. I mean, especially at a place like this to where when it gets running the wall like that, that's a big commitment, and you're learning under fire. You know, hey, go out here and put this thing inches away from the wall and try to keep up with everybody. Shane's done a really good job, and he's impressed so many of us. Obviously, last year winning at Chicago in the Cup race, coming into full-time Xfinity this year, he's done great. So those guys have also played a great strategy game, and he'll be one to watch coming up through the field at the last run of this race.
What a complicated race to follow so far. The strategy has not been straightforward. Jesse Love on pit road here. I don't know exactly what they're looking there. The hood's up.
Motor guy out there. So I think they're checking plug wires maybe in there.
I'm hearing possibly power steering is an issue.
Yeah, power steering.
He's 2 laps down, so he was obviously struggling with something.
Now they're going to add some power steering fluid. So interesting issue, but not one you see too much anymore.
Yeah, I think when they're adding fluid like that, it must be leaking somewhere. Might be a hole in the line or something. Well, I got to assume pits are going to be open as they go into turn 3 right now. The ones that got them are going to use them for sure.
The one team is on the wall. You know, so I'm curious to see. Maybe they have a set of scuffs with not many laps on them. You know, they plan on throwing on that they think are going to be better than the stuff they have on right now.
You know, that would be best case for Chase Elliott. If he could get all these guys to come in and put scuffs on with him, which looks like they are, he's going to be in a great spot.
He's going to be in a fantastic spot. I hope our pit reporters are able to keep up with this. Carson, what kind of tires they putting on?
Yeah, Sam Mayer putting scuffs on the newest tires they have in the pits. They reassured Sam, we're going to be all right here. We're going to do the most we can here with this opportunity. The projection was that. It's just all about resetting here. Chase Elliott, though, that's exactly what they were looking for. 4 new tires going on. Josh, who you got?
Yeah, the 20 of Ty Gibbs, just a little bit tight. Scuff set laying for him as well. Message to him, stop a little short in the box so we can get out. The 00 of Cole Custer, a little bit free. The message was do what the leaders do, and we'll have a good stop.
Well, 20 about spun out, leaving his stall right there.
33 had a really long stop there.
And Chase Elliott with the 4 brand new tires. He's in the catbird seat, and he's going to gain a spot on pit road.
Justin Allgaier come out with the lead. What a stop by the 7 boys.
Well, it's all about the play out, boys and girls. This has gotten interesting, and we're going to see one heck of a finish here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. this Memorial Day weekend, we want to make you aware of the Honor and Remember program. Honor and Remember works with NASCAR, the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and Fox Sports to make people aware of not only those that did not make it home, but also to honor the Gold Star families who lost their loved ones. As part of the Honor and Remember program, we will pause for a moment of silence at the end of Stage 2 during the Cup race Sunday night. Text FLAG to 41444 or scan the QR code on your screen for more. Well, I tell you what, Memorial Day weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway is such a great opportunity for us to honor our military, the people that fight for our freedom every single day. In times that I feel like we're so divided in our country, Charlotte Motor Speedway and NASCAR racing helps us feel more united than ever. I absolutely love this weekend and what we're able to do for our military, which is the most important, way more than us driving in circles all day long. It's a great way to honor, and our sport does a fantastic job. Carson?
Yeah, guys, I'm down here with Andrew Overstreet. Andrew, didn't want to see that yellow, but a really, really fast car. What are you telling your driver, and how many laps do you have on this set of tires?
These are our 12-lap scuffs from earlier in the race before the end of Stage 2. This is the freshest set we got, so just told them to be aggressive and get the lead. I mean, we got Noah up there with the older tires, but we're just going to have to make something happen on the restart. But everybody has done a great job on this Tire Pro Chevrolet team. Built a great car. Marty Lindley did an awesome job getting it ready for us and just try to finish it off for him.
Yeah, good luck to you. Brad, you're in the booth or in the studio. What do you got?
Carson, this is going to get really interesting here, Austin. You know, the field is split, different tires, the track, we've already talked about it all race long, hot and slick, and now these drivers with different tire strategies, it's easy to get in trouble. You got Noah Gragson in the lead. He's won 3 of his last 4 mile-and-a-half races. I mean, look at this graphic, and he's in a great spot to win today if he can hold back these guys with newer and fresher tires.
Yeah, I say Merry Christmas to Chase Elliott. This is a massive opportunity with brand new sticker tires. You heard the crew chief for the one car talking about 12-lap scuffs. I mean, that's better than what he had. It's not very good.
Yeah, few people are going to have more fun than Chase Elliott over these next few laps. Maybe just the guys up in the booth. And let's see what Josh Berry has to talk about the 7 car.
Yeah, the 7 car of Justin Allgaier, crew chief Jim Pullman took 2 tires there. They're going for wins, hoping they can get clean air and pull away.
Well, here's a little update for you guys. So the 17, the 8, and the 97 all have brand new tires on. They have stickers. All the others, for the most part, have 10-lap scuffs on. The 7, he got the lead. He put 2 tires on, and the 30 stayed out. So I should say the 30 is the leader here.
Yeah. We saw Ty Gibbs have a little trouble getting out of his pit stall. So he stalls the car during the stop, so he's got to get it fired back up. Drop the outside jack. He's got to get around the 33. Now he's got to cut his outside. He's got to make sure he doesn't hit him. So he's got an absolute handful, and he's got to get the pit road speed. So as you see the overview, look at this. Just misses the 33. Doesn't want to hit the 1. I mean, pit road's hard, you know, and if they have to come around cars and things like that, it makes it a pretty wild ride. So good job by Ty Gibbs. Here we go. Coming 25 laps to go.
So say you think the last restarts were crazy. This one was really where the pay windows opened up. Oh, no!
Man.
Wow, we got really lucky that wasn't a big wreck.
Ton of wheel spin on the 30. Noah Gragson with a little contact from behind, just way out of shape.
And say these guys it's the first time they're firing off on cold scuffed tires. They don't know what they really have and what their balance is going to be, but watch that blue 17 car right there. He's got the 4 brand new tires. He's got one in the fence back here.
Shane Van Gisbergen in the fence.
Shane Van Gisbergen hits another one with new tires. A big wreck.
Goodness.
Justin Allgaier in the wall on the front straightaway. And we missed how that happened there as we were watching Shane in the wall. But obviously a day-ending wreck for Justin Allgaier.
It looked pretty hard. I'm sure let me see, the left front's broke. Yeah.
So we're going to show you the restart first. We saw some contact on the restart. These guys are on scuffed tires. The 30 is on old tires that are about 30 laps old. So you see the launch. Now they're spinning their tires, trying to shift. The 1 car all in the back of the 30 turns them to the bottom. Now we're 3 wide.
How they didn't wreck there is beyond me. I don't see how that did not happen. Noah Gragson got really lucky there's no one underneath him, because that way he would have spun to the infield. And then here they are off of turn 4 to 7. Wants to be clear, but he was not clear.
Yeah, the 20 went into the wall, I think, trying to give him some more room there, but just wasn't there.
Yeah, we're going to get an onboard camera here. Be fun to listen here. Maybe not fun to listen, actually, but definitely, man, end of the race. I think Justin knew, if I got to get up in front of him and get the push off the corner, and just was not clear. And it's honestly, that's a spot where the spotters have a very hard time seeing. The cars are coming directly at them, so it's really hard for them to see if it's clear or not. So the driver is kind of doing it himself at that point and looking in the mirror. And we've seen that many times here at Charlotte Motor Speedway off of turn 4. Here's the restart again with Noah Gragson.
Yeah, just the one. Just didn't quite hit him square, and just got him a bit out of shape there.
And this was his, Noah's biggest fan. She's mad. Ooh, she's gonna go find him after the race. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. What was she saying there?
Oh, I think she was talking about ducks.
Yeah. Shut the front door.
I think. Yeah, there was a flock of ducks that flew over the racetrack, and I think she was curious about those. I mean, we knew when we got a caution as Shane Van Gisbergen comes down from after hitting the wall, he's a flat rear tire. So those stickers that he had on the race car are now gone. The strategy that he had that was going to help him out, that's all ruined and out the window.
What I saw there was a lot of damage on the 20 of Ty Gibbs. That hole in the right front fender, that's bad. That is the highest pressure point of the car when it comes to aerodynamics. It is going to kill the front end of that race car. I don't think he can afford to pit at the moment. Here's a look at the 97 in the wall. He kind of gets squished a little bit.
Yeah, he was fully commit to go to the top, and the 19 just took some real estate up and got squeezed into the fence, and fortunately ruined his day.
Well, Justin Allgaier, he's had quite the up and down season. Here he is in Phoenix, about to win the race. Left rear tire blowing out. Here he is at Talladega, running well. This is a huge one. Oh, right where that wall kicks out. Dover, the craziest race I think I've ever seen with the rain. Crazy things happening there. He goes to Darlington, figures it out, finally gets the win. It's not from not leading laps and being fast, just crazy things that we just showed that has happened to him.
As we watch the replay, we see Ty Gibbs has hit pit road. So they probably thought really needed to repair that headlight. Is Carson, do you have something on Noah Gragson as he pits?
Yeah, guys, they were out of tires, so unlike everybody else coming put those cold stuffs on, they decided to wait it out, hope they get a really late yellow, and hope to keep their cold scuffs for later. Unfortunately, this yellow happened a lot earlier. They just made their bet because they lost all that track position, so now they just put their cold scuffs on, and they're going to try to get to the end and take advantage of whatever he's got on those.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs there, he's on pit road. They're fixing the right front where we talked about that hole there. And I heard he also may have a flat tire too. So you look, there's a lot of concrete there in the wall. So crazy events happening here. Sam Mayer still up front though. We'll be back soon. Look at that beautiful view of Charlotte Motor Speedway. All those campers in the inside camping, all those beautiful views are brought to you by Goodyear, powering every lap, every mile, and every victory on the road ahead. Goodyear, more driven. Carson got some info on the 9 for us.
Yeah, guys, they found their brake issue. One of the lines was loose. They tightened it up. Talked to Philip Bell, the crew chief. Really confident with their race car. Really confident with their driver. One of the best races of their season with a lot of adversity they fought through. They said the brake pedals are fine, back to normal, and really happy with their race car. I asked him about the scuffs. They said 11 laps on the tires, but he has a lot of confidence nonetheless that his driver can get it done.
Yeah, what a challenging day to do all that and be sitting there in the second row. What may be the final restart, I don't know. 19 laps to go, it probably won't be. But what I see here, and we talked about it under the caution, the 17 Chase Elliott, they did a good job at earning an extra set of tires, paying the price early in the race. Now look at them on the front row with 19 laps to go, coming to 18 to take the green. I don't see how he gets beat here, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the 1 be the fastest car here the last, half of the day, especially. The 17 has been pretty good. I think that tire advantage is probably going to prevail, but I'll be curious to see. I mean, you've had the 17 who's been not as good today. The 1's been dominant. Tire disadvantage on the 1. We'll see how well Sam Mayer can hold him off.
I think the one thing that might change things up is a heat cycle on it now, right? That might that might kind of take a little bit of his advantage away, possibly. We'll have to wait and see. 19 to go here, Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Real early roll, and 17's going to get a good run here, man.
Yeah, he hung just good enough to pull that side draft into turn 1. We're hearing the restarts under review.
And he's just going to set sail now. Chase there, way better tires. Just needs to settle in log laps and save something for a late yellow at this point.
They're saying the restart is good to go. Didn't see anything wrong with it.
Brandon Jones to the inside of Kyle Busch. Just got done talking about that Menards car. They had brake issues early. Oh, we got.
Oh, wow. Cole Custer to 0-0 up in the defense, really hard. Austin Hill behind him. And he's upset.
We're still
Austin's had a hard time. We'll give him a thumbs up.
No caution.
That's a different finger. Oh, well, put your thumb back on the wheel there for just a second. There's going to be the caution right there.
I don't know if both hands were on the wheel. I think the outcome was going to be the same.
I agree.
I like the thumbs up. I don't know that I've ever got a thumbs up from someone in that kind of situation.
Do you think he meant like?
He was just telling.
I think it was sarcasm.
I think you might have had some sarcasm.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, okay. Maybe.
I think you're right.
Big damage. I mean, 0-0 is junked. The 21 has some big damage too. Let's listen in on the 21.
I don't understand, dude. He just floored me down the front stretch, and I cut my right front down because of it.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and see the replay. They're running 5th and 6th. They both were having a pretty solid day going with them. Cole had that interesting strategy early in the race that put him in a good spot. Here's Cole's onboard. A little tight there, but nothing too bad. A little contact down the front stretch. And, looks like it come down. That contact, you can see it right there, how low the splitter is on the 21 underneath there. You can barely see it. You can tell that it cut down its right front. And then right here, this is a bit of retaliation. I'm pretty upset about all that. And
looks like the throttle might have stuck on a 21.
Yeah, that must have been it, Ryan.
Could have been.
From the right foot being down.
Austin Hill's been ticked off most of the day today.
Maybe he's just in a bad mood.
He is now.
Yeah, I think the right front was, you see the car kind of go straight there. I think the right front got cut down from the contact on the front stretch, which wound up wrecking both those cars.
It was hard to tell what happened there down the straightaway. I don't. Obviously, they made contact, but I'm not sure if someone turned down or came up. It was a little tough to tell from the in-car.
And obviously, Cole Custer did not know what happened there. So Cole's saying, "What are you mad at me for? You just ran me into the wall because the right front blew out." So Cole's giving him the thumbs up, like, "Yeah, thanks for ruining my day." Austin Hill's over there saying, "Because of you, my right front's down. Thanks for ruining my day." They obviously neither one knows the whole story yet, but here we're gonna see in-car Cole. Let's see, he's trying to figure out what happened there. And then I believe it's going to be a hand gesture here. Yep.
Thumbs up.
Now he's really trying to figure out what happened. What was that about?
Just not a good sequence of events there for Cole.
Cautions breed cautions. You know, we had that one there after some long green flag runs, and now we've had a couple back-to-back. Crew chief obviously not happy.
We got some radio from the 21 as they're on pit road trying to fix their car.
Well, I don't think you guys are going to have to worry about fighting because we're doing it up here. Supposedly we put him in the wall, and that's why he doored you, so I don't know.
He's backing up past, he's still giving him a thumbs up.
I hate to go to break, but I'm telling you, we got to go to break.
I want to see the spotter fight that was up on top of the roof. We'll be back. Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway. 13 laps to go. Here's why we are under caution and why everyone is upset with each other. Cole Custer feels a little done dirty there off of turn 4. I don't know. Nothing too bad. They make a little bit of contact down the front straightaway. It doesn't look too bad until you get to turn 1 and the right front blows out on the 21 car of Austin Hill. And now they're both pretty upset with each other because both their races at that point is over.
Now we got thumbs up everywhere.
Lots of thumbs up. Lots of sarcasm in today's race. And this is how it ended. The rear tires lifted up on the back stretch.
I love that, man. Thumbs up. Good job.
It's just making it more mad.
Turtle, what camera work you did on the backstretch there, buddy. A lot of action your way.
Well, we're coming green. We got the GR Super here to lead them around. Try it again.
Yeah, and this is going to be crazy. I mean, we're coming 13 laps to go. We're coming to take the green flag. You see the stats there on your screen. This is going to be a wild finish. We still got Chase Elliott with newer tires, which is going to make him in good shape, but everyone else is definitely going to be battling all the way through. You see them all back there, 2-3 wide, spinning their tires, getting back up to speed. Noah Gregson still in the hunt here. The one in the wall. Sam Mayer looking like he had the race almost won before the caution came out. Now getting swallowed up by the field.
That 8 car of Sammy Smith, he pitted with Chase Elliott, so he has fresh tires on that thing as well. So I'm curious to see. He hasn't been great all day, but see if he can make a late charge.
Carson, you got an update on the 30 and the 16?
Yeah, guys, what we didn't know is the AJ Allmendinger, with all the damage they had a 1-lap scuff. So you see them right there battling with Sammy Smith on new tires because he basically almost has new tires. And as you guys mentioned, Noah Gregson up to 8, not making a lot of progress, but made some before that restart.
Wow, what a rebound that'll be for AJ Allmendinger. That's good reporting down there, by the way, to understand what the heck is going on. AJ's been battling through this. We saw him making toe adjustments. We saw him doing all the things to try to fix his car after he got in the wall. Right now, running in the top 5 and moving forward with that.
We haven't talked at all about Josh Williams today as he's fighting Noah Gregson. Clear up off of turn 2. He's running P9. A little bit of a struggle today, but really putting a good race together. Kyle Weatherman also running 11. So a lot of these guys have put together good days at the end of this thing.
Sammy Smith by Kyle Busch for 3rd here on those fresh tires, hitting the 17.
And they all follow through. Kyle Busch lost so much momentum right there off the corner. 3 cars past him. Here comes one more. Ty Gibbs on his outside as well. Kyle really struggling right now.
Yeah. And look at the pass. Look at Sammy Smith. Gets a big run off of turn 2. Wants to go to the bottom. Kyle Busch sees it. Tries to cover it. Sammy dives it in there. Gets Kyle super free on the bottom. And he's able to drive under him.
That's a big moment.
Here's an in-car of Kyle. Watch his hands here. He was pretty certain he was wrecking right there. When you start going for the hand-over-hand motion, that's when you know you're going to have a lot of right turn in it. I might be going around. What a save. battle for 7th here. Ty Gibbs, they made the repairs to his right front fender. He's trying to recover for something today.
Ryan Sieg up to 8th. They always seem to put together good days. That group does such a good job. Was in contention, almost had Texas won, lost it by an inch, and they've done a good job of getting that thing better all day. Running 8th.
What a battle it's been. You look at the top few cars here and you think about what they went through today. Chase Elliott starting in the back and not looking like he had a car that could win the race. Doing a good job figuring out the strategy. Brandon Jones having brake line leaking and figuring out which corner was leaking, fixing it, and putting more fluid in the car. Now he's 2nd. Sammy Smith, we haven't really talked about all day. He's running 3rd. Sam Mayers almost was going to win the race. You know, now he's looking like he's, you know, in a solid 4th place position. AJ Allmendinger, we just talked about his experience today in the wall a few times. Just a crazy race this has been.
And, you know, Chase Elliott, he has those newer tires, but Brandon Jones kind of keeping him in check. You know, just a second back. They kind of been swapping lap times. You know, Jones was a 10th faster the lap before this, and now he's still a 10th faster this lap. So not been able to drive away, and he's running right on the fence. Chase has just now moved up to the top of the racetrack this lap, you know. So I think he saw that, hey, the 9's kind of creeping in on me here. I need to try some stuff out here to try to get prepared to run the fence. We talked earlier that you can't just jump up to the wall and be up to speed. It kind of takes a couple laps to get used to it. As you see, Brandon Jones is still eating into that lead just a little bit as we watch this battle with Ty Gibbs and Josh Williams. But yeah, Brandon Jones putting on a late charge here. See if Chase Elliott can hold on as we go to 4 to go.
Yeah, another really fast lap there. Almost 3/10 better right there for Brandon Jones.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that Chase Elliott was just in cruise control, saving some tire, but boy, I think now he's going to have to throttle her back up and see if he can maintain the lead. He's going to have to put it up on the wall. I don't think he wanted to because it's a little bit of risk by doing it, but now there's no option. Brandon Jones is pushing him. He's going to have to keep going here. Only a half-second lead with 4 laps to go.
You know, as a driver, Brandon Jones, right, he sees he's running down Chase Elliott. That's just going to make you continue to push. And for Brandon Jones, he's, in my opinion,
he's in the wall.
He's in the wall. Just as we say
continuing
that.
to push.
Yeah, continuing to push harder and harder. But being on the offense at times can be a bit easier.
He didn't lose that much time.
I think he went faster. I think he went faster.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it shows he's got a fast car, guys. I mean, if he can hit the wall and come off the wall like that and really didn't lose any time at all, it shows that thing's quick. He's running out of time. We're coming to 2 to go.
You know, he's trying to push Chase Elliott into a mistake, right? When you're the leader, you have 2nd, you know, coming and closing the gap. He's trying to make Chase Elliott push too hard and get into the wall. So that's what Brandon's trying to do, is he's just inching in on him. I don't know if he's going to get close enough, but it's going to be a great finish here as we come into the white.
Yeah, as we come off of turn 4, the 9's still almost in the wall. He's still giving it a shot. We're going to take the white flag, sponsored by Credit One Bank. This one's not over yet, boys and girls. It's going to be close. It's all going to be about turns 1 and 2. If the 9's able to get a good run here, it might be something. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. What a good battle all the way through. The 17, Chase Elliott, proven why he's a NASCAR champion in the Cup Series. Comes back after quite some time not being in an Xfinity car. Comes off turn 4. Great strategy, great teamwork. He takes the checker flag at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah, what a day. Great job by Chase. Great strategy. Get those guys in the race. Contention in to win the race. But also what a job Brandon Jones. Up and down day for them. A lot of time on pit road and a great charge at the end for him.
Yeah, what a great race here once again. It's the 12th different winner in the last 12 races here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's unpredictable. We showed why it was today. So many different things have happened today, and like we said, they played the strategy correctly. They took the cards they were dealt and played them the best. All the way through.
They did, you know, and through that race, they kind of made the assessment of, hey, I don't think our car is good enough to go up there and win straight up. So we have to get creative here, and they did. And, you know, and props to Greg Ive, crew chiefs on that thing. Props to Chase, you know, for sticking with it all day, and it wound up paying out, you know, perfectly for those guys to end up at victory lane.
Fastest car doesn't always win, and it seems more often than not, the fastest car sometimes doesn't win the race.
This is Chase Elliott's 6th career win and his 84th start. And you know, anytime you can win at Charlotte, it's special. And you know, for Hendrick, it's special because their shop is like 2 miles from here, if that. So you know they're all celebrating together.
And Greg Ives back to victory lane as well. Not full-time on the road anymore.
Here comes Chase. And the fans go wild.
I think they're excited.
You know, they didn't do that for me last week. I had some, not many.
And what a great race for these fans, you know, to come watch. You know, I mean, up and down, different leaders all day long, strategies, beautiful day outside. These guys were in for a treat today. All the men and women out there watching.
Well, this is his first race of the season for Chase Elliott. First win, just like that. 1 for 1 on the season. And Josh Berry, I believe, has made the run out to the start-finish line.
I got the big winner down here. This is a popular one for all these fans. Chase Elliott started 30th, 6th career Xfinity win, battled all day. Amazing strategy by everybody. Hendrick Motorsports, tell us about your day.
Yeah, they did a really good job. Greg made a good call. I mean, I think ultimately that was what won us the race. I felt like I needed a little bit with my balance and to make as much pace as like the 7 and a couple of those guys. But hats off to everybody at Hendrick Motorsports. Super special to win with the 17 on the car for the boss and Linda. Obviously a great honor here with the Ricky Hendrick scheme, and just it means a lot to all of us that get to be a part of this whenever it runs. And I just appreciate the boss. Thanks for letting me do it. Glad we get you a win, and huge thanks to Chevrolet, everybody, HMS, Engine Shop, the whole bit. It was a good day.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Brandon Jones down here getting a kiss from his wife. Brandon, you didn't have the tires, but it looked it. Running him down there, first talk me through the brakes and going through that adversity and then what you needed at the end.
Yeah, I mean, talk about an up and down day and coming back from it. I'm so excited that we have people from Charbroil today. Menards has been such a massive supporter of mine. Charbroil as well. They've been on a couple times on the hood, so I'm glad we just had people today to watch a little bit of butt kicking, man. That was really fun to come from the back to the front, I think, 3 or 4 times right there. So really, really fast Camaro right there, and probably needed maybe some track position. I would like to have been a little bit better on that restart to take advantage of just getting some clean air on the nose. I think that's really what the 17 just had at the end. But I was a little struggle bus to get going, but I was always a little bit better at the end of runs. So all in all, really, really fun day. I love these hot, slick races you got to prepare for. People falling on the seat, and you just get better at the end, right? So that's the fun part for me. Wish we could have won, but we're really, really close right now. This team's kind of had some up and downs all year, and we just continue to fight. HMS stepped up and helped us out a little bit. Philip Bell is a badass crew chief and has been doing a great job so far. So looking forward to the rest of the races here. We're going to get this thing in the playoffs soon.
Thank you, Brandon, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I had a lot of fun down here as well as everybody else. Joey, take it away.
Absolutely. What an incredible race it was today. We're going to come back one more time after the break. There it is, Chase Elliott bringing it home at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 1 race this year, 1 win, 1 for 1. We'll be right back.
What do we have here?
He is back.
Surprise, surprise, or seen it coming? A trophy hunter or a party crasher?
Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway, where Chase Elliott takes her into victory lane for the first time this year in the only race that he has started. I tell you what, guys, I had a blast. This race had everything you could ever ask for. people mad at each other, different strategies, a track that was super wide. We got through it as the drivers up here in the booth down in the pit road. Did you guys have fun or what?
Had a great time. Through all these years in the drivers only broadcast. I think maybe missed 1 year, but I've really enjoyed it. And the race was great. Probably the best race I've been able to call from the booth, drivers only or not. So had a lot of fun and excited to hop in my ride now.
Yeah, we have to go practice and qualify now, so we fire up here in about an hour after watching this race. Gosh, I'm curious if we're going to be at the wall, in practice. I don't know. So we'll see what the track has in it for grip. But what a great race today. Awesome job. It was fun to work with you guys. Brad, Austin in the booth, Josh and Carson down on pit road. You guys all did a great job. So thank you, Fox, for letting us do this. And Joey, I heard it was your birthday yesterday.
It was my birthday yesterday. Thanks for bringing that up.
I forgot your cake.
I'm not as young as I used to be, but this has really been a special thing for sure. All the way through. I've enjoyed working with Fox for years now, and I finally, like I said, I outlasted Kevin Harvick and got this role. I had fun with it. It's hard. It's way harder than I thought it was going to be, but I had fun. There's Bradley in the studio with Austin Cindric. I hope you guys had fun. You guys better be on the road quickly, because you got to get over here and practice and qualify soon.
Absolutely. Well, we're well rested.
Yep.
We had Candy. We were able to talk. We didn't have all the work you had, Joey.
It's great.
The studio, I think, nailed this. Way to go, Austin.
No,
first time here. Excellent work.
I appreciate that. No, it was good times. An absolute nightmare of a race for a crew chief and anyone who's trying to figure out strategy. So it was fun to watch you guys fumble that around all day as we watched and tried to keep up. But yeah, thanks for having me. It was obviously a joy to be on these things and watch an awesome race.
Yeah, I love all the fans that write us on social media and tell us that we're doing a good job. Thanks for lying to us. No, we appreciate it. We're glad that you guys care and watch. 7 years, NASCAR drivers only. It's been a heck of a ride. Thanks to all of the Fox studio for making this happen.
Awesome. Thank you.
It's been a true pleasure. So a reminder, tomorrow is race day on FS1 at 4:30. Then you can flip over to Fox at 5:30. It's the Coca-Cola 600 rolling at 6. Have a great night, everyone. See you tomorrow, and congratulations to Chase Elliott, your winner today, NASCAR Xfinity Series at Charlotte.
Before we start our engines,
And to all the veterans and those that are serving today,
before the green flag flies,
It's do what we love because of the sacrifices that were made by our military heroes.
we stop, we listen, we look to the skies. The awe-inspiring roar and thunder. To all those near and far, home and abroad, we thank you, and we salute you with a little noise of our own.